Hello, and hello. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming on over. Good morning and good morning. Yeah, I had to push it back like 30 minutes, guys. Okay. I took the day off today because my baby is out of school this week. They're out for fall break. So I gotta take the day off so I can do things with him because he don't want to go to like his little after school program. He wants to hang out at home. So mommy got to be off because daddy's at work. So y'all know how it is when you got kids, child. So they're out all damn week, okay, for fall break. So yeah. So I had to get up, do breakfast, and all the things that moms have to do when they have kids, and get him situated so I can get my show together, and all the things. But nevertheless, we're here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Happy pre-hump day. We'll call it that, okay? Because y'all know tomorrow is Wednesday. This week is moving along very, very nicely, and I am happy. Okay, let's go ahead and speak to everybody while we're here. Let's speak to everyone. Miss Sheila Washington is first this morning. Good morning, ma'am. She is first in the chat. Good morning, Miss Sheila Washington. Delilah T is here. Good morning. Good morning. Kim Yu is here. One Cat Store is here. Mary Giles is here. Tammy Fox is here. Brown Eyes is here. Honey Bernadette is here. Deborah Banks is here. Playtime is here. Lisa's World is here. Deborah Johnson is here. Gail West is here. Mickey Finky is here. Ophelia is here. Henry Lee is here. Kathy Hudson is in the building. Mackinley Davis is here. Ronnie is here. Y'all still pouring in. Thanks for coming over. Thank you, Miss April RN Virgo. Y'all going to holler at her if y'all need some RN in your life. Big Steak is in the building. Erica Butler is here. Vera Dockery is here. Good morning, Verdi Tulu Taylor. Good morning. Alexis Hardeman is in the building. Good morning. Good morning. I see you guys are still pouring in. I see you, Peppers. Good morning. Good morning, Peppers Love. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. All right. Good morning. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our show. All right. Where my mods at, honey? Where my mods at? Hold on, honey. Let me send out a flare right quick for my mods. Where my mods at? From the front to back. And you feeling it? Where my mods at? Let's see. All right, they coming up. Oh, okay. She said she's there. Cool. All right, gotcha. Okay, and KBR is here. Style look beautiful this morning. Thank you, child. Listen, we just threw the hair in a pony. Okay, we threw the hair in a pony. We put on our little see-through shirt. Okay, and our little fast shorts. Okay, we're home. And that's it. You know, we did a little face beat, just a little bit. Okay. I put on some face powder and some eyebrow pencil. Okay. It's all for y'all. I promise you, y'all. I don't want to come on camera looking crazy. But it don't take a lot, honey, when you already got it. Okay. I woke up like this. Let's get into our show, though. Thanks, Sweet Essence, for coming on over. Mary Giles is here. You know, some people got to be in the mirror for about 2 hours. We don't got to do all that, okay? Because we drink water, mind our business in here. But let's get into our show, nevertheless, okay? Because we do have one. Y'all don't forget to tap on the like button for me, okay? Please don't forget to do that. Let's see, what is that? Yeah, I don't need you there. Move. All right. Ooh, we got some good topics this morning. Y'all gonna be like, yes, honey. Oof. Caramel, yes, honey. This show was ooh. All right, let me go and get my applaud in, honey. I'm going to applaud myself for this show because I know this show here gonna be all of that. All of that, okay? Yes, honey. Thank you, honey. We had to go ahead and put that in there. All right, so we've been I've talked about this person. We got to spin the block because we do have an update, all right? And I put this person first because this topic right here, honey, is very much so needed. This lady here should have been under the jail. I ain't never seen no old lady this damn fucking evil to take out her son-in-law because she did not want her kids, or her grandkids rather, to move somewhere else. She wanted her grandkids to stay where they were. Now, I feel like her daughter is getting ready to be caught and or sentenced next because she's trying to feel like she is innocent in all of this, her daughter in all of this. But yeah, I really think that they about to get her daughter Wendy. Her daughter's name is Wendy, and they're gonna get her ass coming next. So they got the mama. The dad did not get charged. I don't know why he didn't, because I feel like dad should have known in this situation. But breaking news, honey, Donald Addison. For those of you that follow this case, we're gonna look at a couple videos here to corroborate this. She has been sentenced to life in prison. All right. The Addison mastermind for the unaliving for hire of her former son-in-law, FSU professor Dan Markle. All right, now everything said in this video is alleged, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Let's go ahead and get into this because I showed you guys the video where she and her husband were trying to make a fast break for it out of the country, okay, so they would not be caught and extradited back, okay. The feds called him at the airport, took her phone, arrested her, honey, made her take her jewelry and all that off. I showed y'all the video. Y'all can go back and look at that, honey, a few videos back. But this woman here is the mastermind behind putting out a hit on her son-in-law, okay, an unaliving for hire. That's what that's called, of her former son-in-law, FSU professor Dan Markle. All right, so she has been found guilty. Let's go ahead and look at her being found guilty. And she sat there like she didn't know what the hell she had done, okay? But thank God for this judge right here, Judge Stephen Everett, who did not bite his tongue when he gave her ass a life sentence for orchestrating this and paying. Now, this is $1 billion they're worth $1 billion, this family. They're very wealthy. So I'm not sure why she would want to put herself in this situation to be spending the rest of her life in prison, okay? This family paid out a lot of money to have this man taken out. And a lot of people were involved in this plot as well. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, Judge Stephen Everett sentences matriarch mastermind Donna Adelson to life in prison without the possibility of parole for her role in the unaliving of Dan Markle. Let's get into it. Shout out to Court TV Network.
As to the sentence in this matter, Ms. Adelson, please rise. Level of planning and coordination to bring the murder of Professor Markle to fruition was significant in this case. These were not crimes of chance or opportunity, and these crimes also required you to conspire with your son and others. You certainly can choose to deny your involvement and maintain innocence. The court finds the evidence in this case is clear. You will be sentenced accordingly this afternoon. The jury has found you guilty on charges of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and solicitation to commit first-degree murder, and the court previously adjudicated you guilty as to these same charges on September 4th of this year. On count 1 of the indictment for first-degree murder, you are hereby sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole or release pursuant to sections 782.04 and 775.082 sub 1 sub a Florida statutes. On count 2 of the indictment, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, you are hereby sentenced to 30 years in the Department of Corrections that will run consecutive to count 1. The court will also sentence you to 30 years in the Department of Corrections on count 3. Counts 2 and 3 are to run concurrent with each other, but consecutive to count 1. As to the sentence in this matter, Ms. Adelson, please rise.
Y'all hear that? Get her ass, okay? Let's continue, shots. There's more.
I need to speak loudly because this is not amplified.
Okay. Is this loud enough, Judge?
I can hear you.
Thank you for letting me speak. My son-in-law, Dan Markle, was a fine and decent man. He was well educated and passionate about his career. He was a good son-in-law, but more importantly, he was a caring and loving father. On July 18th, 2014, his car was followed, leaving his home. It should have been just like any other day, an ordinary day in the life of Ben and Lincoln's father, but it wasn't. He didn't know when he left his boys off at daycare that would be the last time he would see them, and the last time they would see him. He didn't know when he went to the gym afterwards that would be the last time he would exercise. And he didn't know when he drove home that his life would end within minutes. Danny wasn't just being followed, he was being hunted. He was brutally murdered in broad daylight, sitting in his car, in his garage, by vicious killers. I cannot imagine the terror he felt when he saw a gun pointed at him through the window of his car. I cannot conceive of his heroic efforts to stay alive during the hours after the attack. Danny died in the early morning hours of July 19th. His death is a loss to his children, his parents, his sister,
Not one tear coming out.
all of us in his family, his friends, his colleagues in the legal community, and to his students at FSU Law School. Danny's boys each have a photo of themselves with their Abba, their dad, beside their beds. They grew up kissing the framed photo and saying, "Good night, Abba, I love you." The pictures and memories are all they have because cruel, cold-hearted people took him from all of us who loved him.
Why is she speaking in third person? This lady right here on my screen is doing this fake ass crying without one damn tear coming out. I'm really trying to find some sympathy, but I can't find none. Girl, you orchestrated this hit on your son-in-law. And now you're trying to separate yourself from all of this. You paid the money out to have your son-in-law taken out so that your grandchildren would not have to leave or move from the state they were in. I feel like the daughter, her daughter Wendy needs to be sentenced next. She really does. She does. She needs to be sentenced next. And I feel like that bitch got something to do with it too. And I don't like calling people that. But Wendy sat her ass up on the stand when they questioned her. Not one damn tear. She sat up there like she was so oblivious to even why she was there. Child, let's finish these lies, okay?
My heart was broken when Danny died. My grandsons were going to grow up without the father who loved them.
Because of you.
I wondered, how could we help these boys through this trauma? It was then that my husband and I knew that the best way to honor Danny's memory would be to share with these children an abundance of love, the love that Danny would have given them if he were alive. It is interesting how the state can't make up its mind about who is what they call the, quote, mastermind behind this murder.
Lady, are you on drugs? It was you. It's weird to me why the state can't figure out why turn the light off. Why or who the mastermind behind this crime is. Lady, it's you. Okay. Lord, okay.
In both of Catherine McBanaw's trials, the state claimed she was the mastermind behind Danny's murder. In my son Charlie Adelson's trial, they claimed he was the mastermind. And now in my trial, they claimed that I, this grandma, was the mastermind behind the murder. I had no idea that other people planned to cut Danny's life short. And the people who did this are exactly where they deserve to be. But I had no knowledge that this horrible, evil act was going to take place. If I had become aware of this plan before Danny was murdered, I would have stopped it.
Okay, enough of the Aaliyah 4-page letter of lies, okay? I'm over this shit. Y'all see what she's trying to do? She's trying to manipulate. Now, this is what they asked her to do prior to her being sentenced to life, okay? This is what she wrote to the judge, this damn 4-page Aaliyah letter, okay? And she did not unseal it with a kiss. This bitch is fucking crazy, all right? I don't want to hear no more from her right here. All right, now her husband did speak in this as well, all right? Let me see what this one is.
Danny wasn't just being followed.
Yeah, I want to hear you. I want to hear you. All right, so let's hear a little bit of her husband because he want to get up here and help with the lie. So you might want to get a little time too, sir. Now she's getting life, so he gonna probably get him a little tenderoni since he's still sitting on all this damn money. I told you this family is very wealthy. He gonna probably find him a nice little tenderoni to live out the rest of his little life with, okay, and forget all about her ass locked up in prison. He can probably send a few letters, for a couple years, and after that, he gonna have him a young little tenderoni to be over there, all right, until he pass away, Okay, yeah, he gonna find him a little Anna Nicole. Let's
Donna.
get into this part of it all. Now, they says you're sending an innocent woman to prison. This is what the husband of Donald Addison had to say. At Donald Addison's sentencing, the judge interrupted Harvey Addison's passionate statement on behalf of his wife for her role in the unaliving of her son-in-law, Dan Markle. The judge was like, bitch, you're not about to stand up here and lie. Now, I don't listen to your wife's lies. All right, now I will not sit here and listen to your lies on top. That's too many lies in one day. So let's go ahead and get into what this I had to say.
Has always been a loving and caring wife and is innocent of the charges. A biased judge and jury were influenced by years of one-sided news pieces and social media.
Dr. Ms. Fulford, this has nothing to do with the character of the defendant or relates to sentencing.
Thank you, Judge.
Go ahead.
Look at her ass. Child.
All right, thank you for letting me continue. Donna did not participate in the heinous acts that she was convicted of doing. You are sending an innocent woman to prison. You have taken my wife and you have taken my life as well. And for what? This is not justice. It is vengeance, and it is wrong.
And you
You
are
have an
psycho.
examination for Dr. Abelson.
No, Your Honor.
Sit down.
Donna has always been a loving and caring wife.
Oh, y'all hear this shit? You're taking my wife. Well, what about your grandkids that are not here no more because of your wife? What about that? What about your grandkids' father, that's not here no more because of your wife, who was evil as hell to sit up and had nothing else to do that day but orchestrate unaliving this man and have him ambushed in his damn driveway, okay, while he was getting ready to go to fucking work when the wife got in her car to leave so she could have a fucking alibi, only to spin the block and act like she was surprised that the man was unalived in his driveway when she knew the shit was going to happen. For those of you that have not seen this trial, go watch it. This is some great acting. I really hope they make a movie out of this as well. Okay. I feel like a movie may be made out of this because this right here is some good shit. I love stuff like this. Y'all know I love anything court TV. I love shit like this. So I knew I had to spin the block whenever they sentenced her ass to life. And I hear that she and her son, of course, I know they're already locked up in jail. They're in there asking for preferential treatment in prison. Okay, they're saying that there's too many carbs being served in the prison food. What bitch did you think you were going to get a steak and baked potato in the prison? Okay, with a side of steamed broccoli and shreds of cheese upon it? No, ma'am, it's prison food. She's complaining about her food, saying it's too starchy, and she's gaining weight by what she's being served. That's what I was reading this morning. I said, bitch, you have the audacity. You have the audacity. You lucky they didn't give your ass the electric chair and fry them glasses off your damn face for the shit that you sat up here and did and paid for your grandkids who are going to have to live without their father who they loved because your ignorant, selfish ass. Do you want to sit up here with this fake ass crying that your ass did with this long ass binder letter? Then your bald-headed ass husband. I have no sympathy. I'm sorry. Sorry. Thank you, Judge. Well done. Well done. She should have got life. Now go ahead on and get Wendy's ass on out of there, and I'll be even more happy. Okay. Everybody that was involved, they asked me to be locked the fuck up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me see what this one here is.
She has harmed forever the people she claims to have loved.
Here she go, that fake shit.
In the Jewish custom, we have an expression to always.
Right, so let's see what we talk. Let's see what we listen to now. During his victim impact statement, Dan Markle's father, so this is Dan Markle, the one that was passed away, says that he hopes that Donald Addison lives to be 120 years old alone in her jail cell for unaliving his son. I agree. Okay. Every passing day, she needs to think about what the hell she did. Her evil ass.
Wish others to live to 120 years of age. For Donna, I wish her to live to 120, alone in her jail cell. I wish that.
The attorney looking like, what the fuck? 120? Yes.
Every day of her remaining days, she thinks about the harm she has caused to so many, especially those 2 boys she claims to have loved so much. For these reasons, Your Honor, I ask the court sentence Donna Adelson to the maximum possible sentence.
Yes.
And my only short question to Donna, was it worth it?
Come on, Ric Flair daddy. Don't you like Ric Flair daddy? Yes, honey. That was a good statement right there. I love that. Okay. And I think that made the judge think about it. That Donna don't need to get her ass up out of here because she would do that shit again. Okay. She is evil as hell. She is evil as hell. And the fact that she got her own kids involved in that shit as well, and as far as other people and their girlfriends, there's a girlfriend up in there as well who helped orchestrate this bullshit. Everybody involved, I hope every one of them get the maximum sentence. But I'm happy that Donald Addison got life. I don't give a fuck if she is 199 years old. Bitch, serve every day that they give you, because you had no right to do no shit like that over some simple shit. You could have went to go, as rich as you are, you could have had a private jet to fly and see your grandkids every fucking weekend or every week if you wanted to, or fly them there. You could have. They are billionaires. They are billionaires. Billionaires have a little bit more, a little bit more change to do some things. If your grandkids got to move, hundreds of miles away, you can get a private jet, go see them, flying back and forth. Shit, you ain't gonna be missing that money. Could have done that, but you that was the most evil shit. Let's move on to somebody else who was evil. So let me get up off that, because that makes me mad. Because I said, baby, you did not have to do that. You did not, honey. Satan was working all up and through you. All right, so Steve Bannon, shout out to Neighborhood Talk. Steve Bannon suggests that Donald Trump, y'all president, honey, could run for office again in 2028, despite the U.S. Constitution, which that's a lie. No, he cannot. Says if he's on the ballot, he will win. So you heard Trump saying that he was going to try to run again for a 3rd term, which that is against the Constitution. He shall not do that. They will put charges upon his ass for that. You go and try to put his name on there. If you gonna put his name on there, bitch, put Obama on there. And I guarantee you I'm gonna vote for Obama, because he's still my president right now. Unofficially, okay? Unofficially, he's still my fucking president. So y'all try this bullshit again, representatives. No, sir. Trump's ass will not be in there for a 3rd term. We're trying to figure out how we can get his ass up out of there this term. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I can help impeach, and I ain't got nothing to do with the shit. But let's go ahead and hear what they had to say.
So let me ask you about Trump 2028. We have a 22nd Amendment, which bars anybody from running for a 3rd term. Do you think that that's not a barrier for him, or how do you see that?
I think that there are many different alternatives that at the appropriate time.
So we can read 22nd Amendment. No person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice. Dose. All right. And no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term. That's it for you, sir. Okay, that's it. You cannot run again. It says it right here under the 22nd Amendment. All right.
After the midterms in 26, we will roll out. But I think there are many different alternatives to make sure that President Trump is on the ballot. And if he's on the ballot, he'll win.
So let me ask you about Trump 2028.
Now hear what they're trying to do. They're already thinking about a way, according to what this is saying, to get Trump on a 2028 ballot, to have him voted into office for a 3rd term against the Constitution. Mind you, now this is motherfucking felon that we're talking about, who's very much so familiar with breaking rules and regulations. Okay, he's a felon. We have a felon for a president and a foreigner for the first lady. Go figure. Bitch, how long you been in the U.S. and you still can't speak clear English? You still cannot speak clear English. Melanoma Trump, and I know it's Melania. Sound like some shit you catch on your feet. But he needs to be the fuck out of there. Because Trump, ever since you took office, since January, things have definitely gone down under. And I ain't talking about Australia, bitch. I'm talking about down under. You have fucked up the country. Okay? You're raising tariffs. That's fucking everybody up. Jobs are being gone. People are being laid off. People are being put on leave of absence and all this shit. benefits are being fucked up. Everything is going crazy. Planes is even fucked up to where they're falling out of the sky. It's a mess. It's a mess, and it's a praying time. But what I do know is I really hope the Democrats come together and find some way to prosecute Trump and his constituents, because we went to school, if they decide to break the 22nd Amendment and put his name on a ballot for a third term in 2028. Because that, sir, is against the fucking law. You cannot run a third time. If that's the case, why didn't Obama do the shit? Because he was a great president in my eyes. Why didn't Obama do it? Why didn't any other president before you be on the ballot a third term before you? If it was not against the Constitution. So you're just going to get in office and you're just going to rewrite the Constitution now? How does that work for you? Weird, right? Let's move along. We ain't going to stay on it too long because we got other topics. Y'all think about it. Y'all can sound off on that too as well. Let's go ahead and move into the next topic, okay? Black Media Page. Thank y'all. The audacity, child, the audacity. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of his comb over. I'm sick of his brown teeth. I'm sick of his ashy knuckles. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of his tidy whities up his ass. I'm tired of all that shit. Okay, it's time for you to go, Trump. We're over you. All right, and take your wife with you. Okay, your OnlyFans wife, because there's some pictures out there of her ass with some lingerie on, bent over. No ass though, no ass at all. All right, I don't know what you bending over for, but anyway, let's get into this. All right, so a couple claims that City of Houston wants them to pay for 9 years of water bills due to a meter error. Now, we keep hearing about this. I talked about this on another topic for another person as well, where the bill was like, I think $13,000. Like, what the? All right, so imagine past due 9 years of water bills due to a meter area, and the water company is expecting you to pay for it, okay? Hell no. Let's get into this.
When did the meter stop working? And then you just calculated 9 years. Okay, after the first year, second year, third. When did you figure it out? And if you just figured it out today, you want me to take over responsibility for 9 years of water consumption and you not take the responsibility? No, that's not. It's crazy.
And we, of course, reached out to Houston Public Works. The city told us this afternoon, in part, the customer had been billed for base charges for several years, and now we got a manual read. We are updating the customer's remote reading device so they will be billed for consumption and base charges going forward. However, the current usage will not be billed. The current balance due on the account is $46. And we, of course, followed up and asked the city specifically, will the couple have to back pay for those 9 years? Right now, it's still unclear, and we have not heard back from them. Reporting live in downtown Houston, I'm Brianna Willis, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Our thanks to Brianna.
When did the meter stop working?
All right, so y'all see that? I don't think that when they have a meter error or something wrong with the meter that they should charge, or if there's something that's beyond the tenant's control, I don't think they should charge them for that. I mean, shit, it should go on to whoever the landlord is. I feel like the landlord should pay that. But if said person owns said property and there's something going on with the meter that I feel like the city should have to be responsible for, they should take that off. They definitely should take that off. Okay, they definitely should take that off and not make the person have to pay for that. Now, I do know if you have like a water main break or something at your property, that they will put you on like a payment plan. If your bill gets like outrageous, they'll still make you pay it, and a lot of times they will take some off to give you like a little break. Because my neighbor had that same issue. Now I'm talking about water all in the fucking yard. It was like a lake. All right. My neighbor just stayed right beside me. And I was like, I went outside. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was our shit. I told my husband, I was like, what the fuck is this? It was the neighbors. They had a line, a pipe or something under the ground that burst, and water was every fucking where. I'm talking about like slushy. And the people came out. Of course, they went to the thing and cut their water off, but and I talked to the guy, my neighbor stayed beside us. They were saying that they did take a little bit off the bill. But what happens is you have to find someone to fix it. And then once you get the bill, you send them the invoice to the water company, and they will give you like a break on that and put you on like a payment plan to where you can pay the shit off. So they don't be like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. No, you're going to still have to pay it. They just work with you in the process. Okay. But in this situation here, if this was an error due to the meter being faulty, like, no, they should not have to pay that shit. Okay. Period. And that's just what I feel. let's move along. Anybody ever had to deal with that meter error and you were left with a very high outrageous bill that you felt that you should not have been responsible for? Of course, you can fight it. You can do that if that's what you feel you need to do. Because sometimes, you know, the city, they don't want to take on that. They don't want to take on that type of responsibility. But hey, do what you got to do. All right, moving right along. All right, so this right here just really made my heart just feel so good this morning to know that Black people are not the only ignorant people on the face of this earth. All right, local authorities have issued 100 warrants and made 40 arrests for EBT fraud scheme. All right, now with a lot of people losing their jobs, a lot of people having layoffs, a lot of people getting fired, a lot of benefits and other things being taken away, with the economy being the way that it is right now. It's not looking so good. So people have started turning to fraudulent activities and theft as well. Theft is getting ready to go up, in case you guys did not know. Lock your shit up, all right? Because people are getting ready to be forced to feel that they need to steal in order to survive, okay? Yeah. They could be stealing your electricity. You look out in the yard and it's a cord running from their house to yours. That's how bad shit about to get. And I don't want to laugh, but shit about to get real. I keep telling y'all, you better find a side hustle, a legal side hustle, so you can make it. Okay? EBT fraud, that means you defrauding the government. They're gonna come for your ass. All right. As many of background checks and shit that they do, like, you will be a fool. All right. The government do audits as well. All right. I know about audits because I do them with my job. They are very thorough. When I tell you they comb through your shit and they find, that's my job too, to find shit that ain't supposed to be there. And that's gonna be your ass. And we don't want no fraudulent fraud. What is it? Fair time. That fair time here different. So if you guys are out there thinking about, oh, you know, I'm going out here and get me some food stamps under somebody else's social security name, number, probably not. Okay. Because ain't nobody got time to be wearing that jumpsuit, that orange jumpsuit, the way you be walking around with a wedgie up your ass, they ain't giving you no drawers a day in jail, that type of thing. Let's go ahead and get into this though, because it made me feel good to see that Black people were not the only people out here on the bullshit. Let's get into it. Black Media Page, thank you.
Walked in one by one, some hung their heads, others wore their feelings right there on their t-shirts. Today, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office announced an undercover operation they've been working on for months, resulted in more than 100 arrest warrants and close to 40 arrests.
This is a huge problem, and we're like one of maybe 3 or 4 law enforcement agencies in the state of Florida that have decided to do something about this.
And it has to do with just that. Meal tickets in the form of EBT cards for low-income individuals being fraudulently used. One part of the investigation centered around Gerald Millis, a local restaurant owner who police say purchased EBT cards from people for 50 to 60 cents on the dollar, and then stocked his local Pizza Pros restaurant with food he bought using those cards.
Dumb.
We were able to determine that he used 53 different EBT cards at Sam's Club.
Police say 55 people were also caught illegally selling their EBT cards to undercover detectives.
A couple of them said, I'm headed to go get some rock cocaine.
A beyond frustrating reality for taxpayers who today learned their hard-earned money is being misused. Walked in one by one, some hung their heads up.
Because you know what? Whenever this whole situation where they were saying they were taking away food stamps, I was looking at a few posts, and I always like to go into the comments because I like to see what other people think about said topic or situation. It's so funny to me how when it came to like EBT and government assistance, people automatically think that Black people are just the only ones or the majority when it comes to financial or government assistance. It's absolutely not. White people, you guys own that shit too, okay? You guys are on that shit too. As you guys can see, the majority that they've shown on this particular post right here and on those boards were mostly white people. We saw a sprinkle or two of some black pepper up there, but we definitely saw a bunch of salt. We said it that way because I don't want anybody to make it seem like I'm up here being any type of racial anything. It's not about that. What I'm saying is the narrative that was pushed when that whole EBT shit went on, where they said it was getting ready to be taking away food stamps and cutting out snacks and all that type of stuff. The narrative that was pushed from what I saw and or read is that Black people are the majority when it comes to being on government assistance and just sitting on their ass and not working and just sitting up collecting checks and being on Section 8 and shit like that. White people on Section 8, white people get government assistance, white people are on food stamps, white people get that shit too. Yes, they do. Okay, they really do. White people sit on their ass and don't work too. Now, Do I like the fact that they are pushing it to where people who can work get up off their ass and go work? Yeah. If a bitch got to get out of her bed, even though I work from home, praise the Lord. But other people who have to get into their car, burn out their good gas, road raging all the way to and from work. All right. Got to fill up their tanks, deal with screaming, hollering kids to take them wherever they got to go before they go to work. Bitch, you got to get your motherfucking ass out of bed as well. Pardon my mouth this morning, because you got some people who feel like they are no exception to the rule, and they can just lay on their ass and have baby after baby after baby, and there's nothing wrong with procreating because the Lord told us to. But at the end of the day, if you are an able-bodied individual, get your ass up, get dressed. Well, wash first, because we got some bitches that go to work without washing their ass. I smelled it before. When I was working in the office, and I go to the bathroom and I had to go pee, bitch, whenever you came out and I had to go in, yeah, okay. Now, I always go to Walmart, because I told you I'm a germaphobe. I have wipes and all that shit when I go. They have these little cans of Lysol that I keep in my purse, and I have to spray our bitch down before we pull down, okay? That smell like whole ammonia and ass. And what juice? What juice, ammonia, and ass, okay? And fart. Because some of y'all fart when y'all pee, and I don't want to sound too graphic this morning. I said, damn, what time? Look at my watch. Like, bitch, it's 9:30. You already funky? Damn. Funky at 9:30 at work. That's so disrespectful. But anyway, I said all that to say this. Wash your ass before you go to work, people. Don't be doing that. Oh, I washed last night. Women, we can't get away with that, okay? Especially in the warm summer months, okay? In the warm summer months. Let me get back into character. We have to watch out here. The Lord told us to. Okay, don't be mad at me. The Lord told you to. It is a sin not to wash your ass. And you getting up, walking back and forth and want to walk over and say good morning. No, ma'am. But and leaving all that in your seat too. When you get up, your seat stank, everything just stank. You walk by wind stinking, all that. Then I gotta take a sick day because I can't breathe at work and shit. Okay, but yeah, white people, y'all be on this shit too. Okay, I'm gonna get up off y'all. But let's move along. All right, I had to say that. And I said, bitch, I know motherfucking line at 9 motherfucking time, 9:30 a.m. You already stinking in here, and the Lord gave us dove. Whew, yes, He did, God. The Lord gave us dove and summer's eve, Jesus, upon us. And a whole hour, Jesus, let me get back into character. A whole hour, Jesus, of stuff that we can use to get the funk from upon us. Yeah, girl, get the funk from upon you. Then when come walking up to my desk and have a whole full-fledged conversation and knock me out. A bitch trying to get her 40 hours in here, and you done knocked me out at work. Done fucked up my time on my check because you want to not watch and come to work and what not. All right. Some of y'all are rude as fuck. Let me post some out for the homies on that. Because a bitch was about dead at work one time, girl. Oh, girl, I thought my obituary was printed, baby, when I went in that stall that one time. I did, girl. Oh, I did. Girl, I thought Jesus was at the pearly gates saying, come on in, Caramel. I was hearing, take me to the king when I walked up in that stall, Lord. Ooh. The mass choir, honey, they had already done this for the choir, baby, when I walked in there, honey. They were singing the final song, girl, when I walked in there. Ooh, I said, Lord, help me, Lord. Girl, I said, let me call Edna and make sure I'm still covered, Lord. Just in case, Jesus, they bring me back from death. And I got to live through this funk, Jesus. All right. All right, so let's move on. Mothers, especially black mothers. Y'all know how we feel, okay? Ooh, child. Y'all feel me. Y'all done been child. Y'all feel me. You go in the bathroom behind somebody and child, they be done lit it up in there, and you ain't even take a shit. And I ain't trying to be graphic. But women, let me say, if you only peed and it smell like you took a shit when you come out, go see the doctor. Go see the doctor. And if you don't have no insurance, bitch, go home and douche with bleach, ammonia, and Fabuloso now. We got Fabuloso in plenty of flavors now. Or scents. Shit. You do. You really do. But anywho, let me get back into this. So shout out to Neighborhood Talk. Mothers, y'all know how we feel about somebody saying something about our kids, especially when our kids are small and they get a little unruly and want to be crying and hollering out and stuff. You know, white people, they don't like to see our kids, you know, crying and stuff like that. So sometimes they be trying to check our kids, and we don't like that. Don't check my child, okay? If my child is loud and unruly, you let me know, and I got it. But if you ever holler at my child, I hope your dinner plan is paid up, okay? Because mashed potatoes will be your only meal that you eat after that. Get into it. But let's get into this, all right? So a mother scolds a man for acting entitled after he approached her about her 8-month-old daughter screaming inside of a damn restaurant. You know how kids get. 8-month-old child, she's screaming. She hungry. They take it too damn long to come with her fries or whatever it is that they don't order for her little ass. So she is over there screaming, girl, because she's hungry. She ready to eat. So it said that you came to me about my child, because you know how black people act, honey. We are very, very rude. Said that you can leave, all right? Says I'm grateful that she actually has a voice, all right? Let's get into this, child, because you know how somebody try to check your child. Black people, we go where? All the way the fuck off. I know I do.
So this gentleman here is telling me to tell my 8-month-old to stop screaming because he has sensitive ears. I know it's loud, but he's an adult. He can leave, and he chooses not to leave. He's choosing me to tell me to take my baby out because he has sensitive ears.
You need to learn to be respectful.
She's a child, sir. It's not me. I didn't do anything.
You're causing this whole restaurant to have to hear our discussion. They don't want to eat that. They want to eat their food.
You came to me about my child, did you not? You speaking for other people that haven't spoken, and the only reason I'm furious about it is because you came to address me about an 8-month-old.
You're forcing everyone in
I'm not forcing any. I didn't tell the baby to talk. I'm happy that she has a voice, and I'm happy she can speak, because there's children out here that can't even speak, that's nonverbal. So I am grateful for my child to be able to have a voice, and that's not up to you as an adult to chastise me or to whoop me because my child is speaking. You can't remove yourself from this restaurant. No. So this gentleman here is telling me to tell my 8-month restaurant. No, you're disrespectful, you're entitled, and you're being privileged right now, because there was nothing in this world that made you feel like you can come say that to me about my child, and then you're upset that I'm reacting. I'm reacting to your response. There are nonverbal children out here, and you want to sit here and act like I'm supposed to suppress my child's voice?
I'm not responsible for the way that men have probably mistreated you in the past.
Men? I'm a happily married woman. What are you talking about, baby? I'm 10 years next week. Clap it up for me.
Bitch, the way I would have cussed him out right there. I'm not responsible how a male may have treated you in the past. What the fuck does this have to do with what we're talking about? See, you were trying to be a smart ass right there, okay? You were. Because what did that have to do with what you guys were talking about? You were trying to get a reaction out of her to make it sound like she's just this single black mother where a nigga done dropped the baby off to her and she was mistreated because she there with her screaming, hollering baby trying to get something to eat. We see you.
For me, that's what you can do. So no one has mistreated me. You've been disrespectful. I didn't accuse you. Have I ever said racist? Did I say racist in here?
I was talking down to you because of privilege.
No, I said privilege does not equal racism. Let me educate you for a second, sir. Privilege, hold on, no. Let me educate this man. No, let me educate him, because he just said I call him racist. I never did it. I said privilege because you're being an adult and you're expecting me to remove my child when I patronize this restaurant just like you. That is privilege. You're expecting me to put yourself over everybody else in this restaurant. No, you're disrespectful, you're entitled, and you're being privileged. It's not a thank you, but you realize how disrespectful it is, right?
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm so livid.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, because I totally understand, like, having kids, it can be hard, and, like, sometimes it's hard to, like, get them to listen to you when they're not even able to, like...
I can tell them, she's 8 months.
Exactly, so that's why I'm saying, like, I'm sorry for, like, having the confrontation and stuff like that. I'm not saying anything's your fault. I totally understand. Yes, ma'am, I get it. So I'm just trying to calm the...
We're already leaving, so it's not a thing.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not even making a big deal.
But I'm mortified. I'm not going to lie to you, because as a parent...
Excuse me, sir, but why are you talking to me and not them? That's what I would have asked. Why are you talking to me and not them? First of all, he approached me first because my child was doing what all 8-month-olds do, okay? They scream. That's what they do, okay? What do you want me to put my hand over their mouth the entire time that we're there eating so that you don't hear my child scream? No. Why did you not take yourself over there and talk to him and say, hey, you don't say nothing else to her. Let's not do this in a public forum. You focus on you. Let her worry about her child. Okay. That's what you do. That's how you settle that. Don't come over and talk to the black person because they are loud and checking his ass because he should have never said nothing to her. It's not your place to check her child. If you're uncomfortable with said situation, then just go ahead and leave. Get your food to go. Especially she was there first. Like, I'm not getting ready to pack my shit up and leave because you're uncomfortable because my child is being a child. That's what kids do. Shit. If all of you, anybody have ever had a child, you know when you go out in a restaurant, that's when they act up the most. They scream, they holler, they cry. All of the above. So, yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Like,
That's telling me I gotta go in my house and never come out with my children, all because he's an adult. He can actually leave. If he felt it was uncomfortable for him, he didn't have to come and speak to me. He could have left. Maybe he's speaking for other people in the restaurant, making it an uncomfortable experience.
Now, the other kids that are older, I'm gonna say this because you got to start them when they're small. All right, you tell them sit down when you come in here. Y'all know black parents. Y'all know how we do with our kids. You give them that pep talk before you go anywhere. You let them know in the store, restaurant, whatever. The older kids that understand and know, you tell them sit down. When you get in here, you sit down. Don't be up running around here. Look at me. Stop. Don't touch up. Get in here and you sit down. Don't be touching nothing. You sit there. Don't be screaming and doing all that hollering and being loud. Sit down. Okay, that's how you got to do your kids that understand. The 8 months, that way you can focus on the 8-month-old and what's going on with that one, okay? Bring them a toy with smaller kids. Bring them something that's going to take their mind off of wanting to scream, okay? When you're in a public place. Not that you can control them screaming, but you bring them a toy, something that, you know, can take their mind off of it and that can entertain them while you guys are waiting for food. Or bring something like a little snacky snack, okay? If you have them in a high chair, give them like some little snacky snacks that they can kind of snack on until the food arrives. Because sometimes restaurants can be slow with bringing you your food. So you don't want them just... Yes, that can be annoying for people who just want to go out, dine, and have a nice little quiet, you know, meal, whatever the case may be. No one wants to sit and hear a screaming, hollering child, but no one should be screaming from across the restaurant to check your child either. Okay, so I kind of feel it both ways. Y'all get where I'm coming from? That's just me. That's the mother in me. That's how I did, child. Okay, that's how I did. You bring some little snacks, Y'all know what the kids, what they have now, these little round things that dissolve in their mouth like little snacks. You bring those and you put them down, put a few down, and just let them eat them until the food comes. And it's not going to spoil their appetite. It's just something that they can eat and put in their mouth so they feel like they're eating. And if they're eating, obviously they're not screaming. You feel me? So you gotta know how to do that thing. Give them a little juice, you know, a little water or something. And then when the food comes in there, okay, that way that means nobody is miserable, because I don't want to hear screaming child. Okay, so that could have been resolved there.
Thank you. I'm thankful. And every time
So we're going to get up off that. Y'all put in there what y'all feel. How would you feel if someone in a restaurant tried to check your child because your child may have been screaming or a little unruly? If they're like a little infant, 8-month-old, you know, they can't really help it, but cause that's what they do. Let's continue on. But I would have definitely checked them. Don't say nothing to my child. I got it, baby. I got it. Thank you. All right. Let's get into the next one. Y'all know who this person is on my screen. Miss Journey Smollett is going through hell with her now ex-husband, who is trying to take all of her money because they decided to divorce. They do have a child together. Shout out to Black Media Page. All right. This is very sad. Now, we do know we like to see we like to see this from both sides. All right. Usually, whoever the person in the marriage is or relationship is that make the most money, a lot of times they will have to pay like alimony or something towards the other spouse. We talked about this day before, with Tony Braxton having to pay Carrie Lewis spouse or alimony or whatever because, you know, she was the highest paid in the relationship. Now, actress Journey Smollett, who is the sister of Jussie Lyett. All right, this is Jussie Lyett's sister. So Journey Smollett and her ex-husband divorced, of course, years ago. Now he wants half of her retirement. How do you guys feel about it? I don't feel like he should get half of her retirement. I don't feel like that. Yeah, I don't feel like that. Let's get into what it's saying. Journey Smollett ending marriage of nearly 10 years to Journey Smollett. Let's see, Journey Smollett and her ex-husband Josiah Bell finalized their divorce in August of 2021, but legal proceedings have continued. Now, Bell is currently seeking half of Smollett's retirement savings, which he claims were accumulated during their marriage and are subject to California's community property law. This bitch. Continuing on. Despite already receiving a nearly $1 million divorce settlement and $7,000 per month in child support and alimony, this is what he's getting. Y'all hear that? Let's go back. He's receiving $1 million for the divorce settlement, $7,000 per month in child support and alimony. Ain't that enough? Belle is pursuing a portion of her 401k and SAG pension. Bitch, I know you lying. Now, she had to give you $1 million and you're getting $7,000 a month and child support and alimony. Bitch, what are you doing? Okay, now the divorce finalized. The couple divorce was finalized in August of 2021. The initial settlement that says Belle received nearly $1 million as part of the divorce settlement. Ongoing support. He has also been receiving $7,000 a month in combined child support and alimony since their 2019 separation. Legal basis, it says that his request is based on California's community property laws, which typically call for equal division of assets acquired during a marriage. Now, y'all know California laws is hell. If you stay with a person, if you're married to a person 10 years and above, I already read it, so I don't need to go look. If you stay in your marriage 10 years and above, you'll automatically do half, is what they say as far as California law. If you stay married to said person for 10 years and above, after the 10-year mark, you are due to half of whatever the person has or whoever has the most in the marriage, okay? Whatever. Let's continue. It's kind of fucked up a little bit, but that's their law. All right. Public reaction. It said that the ongoing legal battle has generated significant public discussion, with some people criticizing Belle's request, particularly since Smollett has been a working actress since childhood. Correct. She has. Okay. Said that you can also watch this video to learn about the public's reaction to the ongoing divorce proceedings. All right. So you guys can go on over to Black Media page if you want to see more. What do y'all think about this? I do not feel that he should be getting anything else. If you're already getting, or if you've already received $1 million, like that's enough to get on your feet and do what you need to do. $7,000 a month, bitch. Yeah, you don't need to get a job now if you're pulling in $7K a month on top of the $1 million, plus your child support alimony. Like, what the fuck are you asking for half of her 401k and SAG pension for? Like, it's given that you are bitter and trying to drain her. That's what it gives. Women, watch who you marry. Watch who you attach yourself to, because most of the time, if not all of the time, you're going to find somebody who gets bitter, just like this person here on my screen, just like Martell Holt, just like Wendy Williams' husband, just like Ralph, okay, which is Drew Sidor's husband. We can keep going because there's bitch ass niggas out there, and I'm going to call you that go after the women money because they're bitter. That's the first thing, and I keep telling y'all. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, okay? Be smart about your money. Be smart about how you put your shit up so that when you do decide to leave and get rid of a bitch-ass ninja, they don't drain you. You gotta have some accounts that don't nobody know about but you. Right? Okay. My mama taught me that. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Get some accounts that no one know about but you. I still have an account that I had when I was in college that I still put money in. Every time I get paid, I send money over there. Yeah. Gotta have some shit to fall back on, because a bitch will drain you if and when shit don't work out. That's the first thing a person go for when you fall out, is your fucking money. Think about it. That's the first thing a person think about. Oh, we divorced, we ain't together no more. All right, so I want alimony. Men nowadays, let me tell you something. Men nowadays, not back in the days, because you didn't hear about that shit back in the days. Men, when they left their wives, when there was a divorce, they went on and got the next woman. They lived their life, did what they need to do. They won't ask for no alimony or for no woman to take care of them. These new age niggas, they will up and drain you. They will sit on their ass and watch you take care of the kids and ask for child support, like Martell tried to do with Mel. Will ask for child support, alimony, because they don't want to work. Go out and have side babies and everything else, and will try to drain you when they were the reason for the fucking divorce. What you want her 401k for? This girl been working since she was a child. I remember. I've seen the movies. That's a sad situation. It's so crazy how you can look at a person and just love them to death, and then in the next breath, you just hate that motherfucker till you just can't hate them no more. And I don't like to use the word hate, but it's so crazy how a person can make you hate them so bad. They love each other to death right here. A picture says 1,000 words. But when a person feel like and honestly, I feel like he wants to have the same lifestyle as she is. And you got to watch marrying someone who's jealous of you. If you see signs of jealousy, that could be dangerous. like Amon Shumpert and what's the child name? Tayana Taylor. That's a dangerous situation to be married to somebody jealous of you because they want to always compete with you and be on the same level of you. And when shit don't work out, they want to live the same way. You driving a Range Rover, bitch, they want a Range Rover too. You living in a nice $3 million home, they want a $3 million home too. And they ain't work for shit, they ain't did shit, they ain't did nothing, they ain't got out of bed, they ain't did nothing. They were just your husband. Now you want to be one, nigga, when I don't want you no more. Whole time I'm married to you, you want to be the 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You ain't know nothing about being one. As soon as you get divorced, now you want to be one. Okay. Y'all drop in what y'all feel about it, honey, because I keep going. Let's move along. All right, Corrine Lacey's mother speaks her silence, refusing any belated apologies. Let's get into that. I said, that sounds interesting. All right, women watch these bitch ass niggas and men watch these bitch ass women because it's some bitch ass women out there too. All right, it's some women that'll take you up and through there and drain your motherfucking bank account where your pockets be looking like rabbit ears and your ass be eating oodles and noodles 7 days a week. Seriously, you want to get a sub, but your bank account said hell no. Okay, you get a sub and you're gonna overdraft your account. That's how they break your ass down. So watch, honey. Watch that person. That's why it's important to date. Get to know a person. See how they moving. All right. Make sure they got their own shit when you come into the relationship and not trying to build up off you. If you got a sign for everything, 9 times out of 10, when the shit don't work out, guess what? You're going to be taking care of them after the fact. If nigga ain't got no car when you meet him, staying with his homeboy, with his mama, abort mission. Make him get on his feet. Make him do what he's supposed to. The man takes care of the woman. The woman is the helpmeet. Women, stop being the head of the households. Stop doing that shit. Make them stand up and do what they supposed to do. Shit, I'm sick of that. I'm sick of these sorry ass mama boy ass men sitting around thinking that a woman's supposed to take care of their ass through the marriage and after. Hell no. A man should not be getting no fucking alimony. I'm sorry. Get your ass up. A man, you a man, you can work. You a man is something you can do. Okay? I don't know what this new age rule is that men just sit at home and just collect alimony from the woman now when shit don't work out. I don't like it. I don't like it. Fuck that. Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's get into what she has to say. Corrine Lacey's mom finally speaks out and she is not happy. Let's hear what she has to say. Shout out to Black Media Page.
I'm Kyron Lacey's mother, and I will not accept any belated apologies. My beloved son left me 5 months ago, and you can't imagine, at the very end of his life, he still thought everyone hated him. It was an accident that had absolutely nothing to do with him, yet it not only brought him worldwide ridicule, but also destroyed his career and ultimately took his life, all because one man lied to him. Everyone blamed him without knowing that Kyron's car was farther from the crash site than his longest catch distance in college. How could he possibly have caused that accident? If not for that accident, he would still be alive today, playing in the league. The truth has finally come out. But so what? My child will never come back. He left this world full of pain, while those who so easily accused him now want to erase it all with a single word. Do you know? In his final days, he kept asking me, Mom, why doesn't anyone believe me? That kind of despair still echoes in my dreams to this day. At Kyron's funeral, holding myself together with what little strength I had left, I sang one last song for him, I Will Always Love You, hoping my dear son could finally rest in peace. I am Kyron Lacey's mother, and
So she's not spoken out since this whole situation. This is the first time she's actually spoken out about how she felt, her son's last words to her. And yeah, she actually saying that it had to be hard for her to stand up there at the podium and sing to her son, who's no longer here, who wound up taking his life from the pressure and the pain that he was dealing with, knowing that he was being accused of something that he did not do. We've seen the video where his car was nowhere near the crash scene, but we saw the police officer as well trying to coerce someone into writing a statement in terms of saying that Corrine Lacey had something to do with said accident in terms of what they witnessed and or saw, which I felt like that was a little illegal, a little bit. Okay, because a police officer, you just give them a pen and pad and let them write what they saw. Don't be trying to coerce them into saying that they saw something that they did not see in order to make someone be guilty because maybe you don't like Black people. Could that be what it was? Yeah, that was a dirty cop right there. We saw the video. I played it on my other some videos before this. Okay, but end of the day, this is a sad situation. This man is no longer here because he did take his own life out of the pressure and pain, and I'm pretty sure he was scared of jail time that he may have known that he was going to be serving behind a situation he had nothing to do with. There's a lot of people sitting in prison and jail right now that didn't do shit. This young man had a promising career ahead of him. and he was doing very well in playing football. He was doing well in college. He was doing well with his life. So it's sad that everything was taken away from him in a moment's notice. And then his life was taken away, which then his mother had to bury her son. So she's dealing with the grief of losing him behind something that he should not have been gone for. Okay. He was probably scared out of his mind, thinking, oh my God, I unalived someone, or they're saying I unalived someone when I wasn't even there. Imagine that. Okay. And nobody's believing me. And people are writing statements saying that they saw my car doing this, or my car being involved in said accident when I wasn't even there. That had to be a lot. So his mother is definitely a strong Black woman to be dealing with this. Shout out to her for speaking out. Okay. And any other mother that's lost a son or child. Okay. I know that has to be hard. I don't even ever want to feel that pain. Okay. Let's continue on. Let's continue on to the next topic. Okay. Okay. Do I want to talk about that? Yeah, I'm going to say that. Yeah, because my show getting a little long. I'm long-winded this morning, child, like a Baptist preacher. We got to move along, honey. All right, let's get into some Jonathan Majors news. We haven't talked about him in a little while. He's talking about some suicidal thoughts that he's experienced, and he's talking to Kirk Franklin, okay? So Jonathan Majors, shout out to Spiritual Word. Jonathan Majors gets very candid about battling suicidal thoughts and says that things got so bad that his wife, y'all know Megan Good is his wife, did not even want to leave him alone. All right. Now he's opening up like never before, sharing that he once battled suicidal thoughts and even admitted to past overdose. Wow, I never knew that. He says that the dark period came after feeling isolated, humiliated, and shut down from the world. Said that things got so bad that his wife, Megan Good, did not want to leave him alone, probably in fear that he was going to end himself behind the pressures of everything going on with the case when he was found guilty of putting hands on and being abusive towards his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into that in terms of what he had to say. Let's go.
Doc and NLE, have you ever been to that space where you ever thought about suicide as Black men?
Yeah, absolutely. I was on suicide watch. Yeah, there were times when I'm recently married, but there were times when me and my girlfriend, me and my fiance, and now me and my wife, there were times when we never spoke about it, but she never left me alone. And I never let myself be alone. Because we had spoken about that, you know, and I put it to her very straight, you know, I just don't want it, you know.
Doc and NLE, have you ever been to that space where you ever...
A life, you know, I just don't want it, you know, I just don't want...
What brought you to that place?
Isolation, right? Ostracism, humiliation, abandonment, you know. And the funny thing about that is that, I mean, we got a doc here, so I've learned that those things and having an event happen to you and getting arrested, or, you know, losing a job, or, you know, having to rejigger, you think that's the thing that gets you, you know, but it's usually, I found for myself, it was something way back, you know, that kind of had my mind in a certain space, you know what I mean? A life, you know, I just don't want it. And yeah, I mean, drug overdose, yep.
Wow.
Check.
Wow.
Damn near lived on a roof, you know, just plenty of, I don't even smoke cigarettes. You know what I mean? Plenty of cigarettes and whiskey. You know, I actually wrote a letter. Yeah, I've done the whole thing and been there.
Just the courage you have at this table, though, man. Just
y'all not buying it in the chat. Y'all like bullshit.
Just the courage.
It's not it's precious, right? Like life is precious and it's deep, but there is a level of like, I don't really care. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I've reached a point now where it's like, I really want to care. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't care.
But the darkness we have to go through as a black man sometimes to get to that light.
But see, that's the thing you said.
It's what pisses me off.
You said this at the top. You know, we as black men have to talk about mental health, right? Like, I agree. But we are all born into a society in which our narrative, right? Our narrative as black men, we're born into a narrative that puts us downhill. Yeah. And then you end up having to pretend that you're somebody that you're not to get through certain doors that I got through, right? You don't get through an Ivy League door.
What, feeling like you're white? Because they said that's all you dated in college was white, and you were violent in college too, putting paws on people. So it wasn't until this good jail time that you got for putting hands on this white girl. It's coincidentally now you done ran over there to Making Good and marry her. Now you don't want no white girl after they put that time on your ass for putting hands on that white girl. So now you want to be black again. So you were white when you was in college. You were white when Hollywood was calling, but as soon as that time hit your ass, you were black again. Now you realize who you are. They'll let you black. Listen, white people let you know real quick that you a nigga when you do some shit that you should not do. They'll let you know that your white privilege and your car have been taken away real quick. That's the thing.
Yeah. You know, behaving a certain way, thinking a certain way, or letting people know you think a certain way. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
I think, but I don't care.
Okay, I don't care. You better care. What y'all think about that? Do y'all believe any or most of what he had to say in this interview? When he's trying to be a little transparent about he tried to end things, okay? But that's got to be hard though, from going from being loved and adored by everyone, because y'all know he was in all the Marvel movies. You know, he played Kang in the Marvel movies, and he's been in a few movies. He's done really well for himself, but they stripped him from everything. He lost endorsements and everything. His money was very to where Megan Good had to step up when he started dating her, and we talked about this before. She was paying his child support from a Becky, so she wouldn't throw his ass in jail. He was several thousands of dollars behind in child support. And Megan Good stepped up and was paying that. She was paying his fees for his dogs to go to the vet and all that. We talked about that. She was paying most of, not all of his bills, because Hollywood was not calling him. He could not work anywhere. Okay. And maybe he saw the loyalty in her and say, hey, this might be the one. If she's doing all of this got to be the one. Let me go ahead and wipe her up so she can keep paying my bill. Okay. But yeah. So what do y'all think? It's amazing to me that because they said that they've really never known him to date black girls, even in college or whatever. It's amazing to me that once he get in trouble, that he ran back to the black woman. That's what I could understand. But and a person is free to date and be with whomever they want to be with. But I just found it to be very weird to me. I found it to be very crazy that you have never been linked to being with a black girl, and as soon as you get in trouble, that's who you run to. You run to us for comfort. You run to us to hide in your pain, and for us to help fix you now that you have gone through this public humiliation. That's what it felt like to me. I don't know, but y'all can put in there what y'all think. All right, moving right along. We ain't gonna stay on too long, y'all. Let's get into some rap news, because I know some of you guys aren't into that. So I'm trying to add some of everything, honey. This is a huge pot of gumbo. Okay, our show is like gumbo. We talk about everything. We got to throw some tomatoes, tomatoes as they call them, tomatoes and taters, some okras in there. Okay, we cut up some carrots in there, some onions, some bell pepper. You're gonna get all of that. Okay, we put a little roux at the bottom of the pot. That's what you get over here on this channel. So we talk about everything. We talk about the Lord. We talk about rap. We talk about politics. You're going to get it all right here on the Kim Show. Let's get into it. Shout out to the Rap Alert. Rapper Kodak Black is reportedly ordered to pay $10,000 a month in child support, plus $50,000 to his child's mother so that she can buy a car to transport the children in, okay? And she also gets $90,000 in attorney's fees from him as well. Girl, you get, who's your lawyer? I know it won't be in Crump, child. I know your lawyer was not being Crump. Did they dig up old boy that represented OJ Simpson for your ass? Because baby, that was a good come up, right? $10,000 a month, that's pretty good. $50,000 go get you a car, yes ma'am, okay? And $90,000 for your attorney's fees, yes God. What y'all think about that, Kodak Black? Baby, that's a nice little come up, okay? That's a nice little come up, okay? So women, be very careful who you procreate with, all right? But she came out all right. What y'all think about it? What y'all think about that? She came out pretty good, huh? $10K a month, $50K for a car, and what is that? $9,000 for and she get child support as well. $9,000 for the attorney's fees. I'm here for it, okay? These women out here, they be trying to secure the bag. He don't look like nobody. Look at them, okay? A lot of these women, they like the ugly boys with money, because that's a bag for them. That's a constant bag for them to come up. And they go out here and they get with these guys and they get pregnant on purpose. They call it securing the bag, if you will, so that they ain't got to worry about working or nothing like that. They can live the lifestyle that they want to live. 10K, who can't live off 10K a month? Who cannot live off 10K a month? But shout out to Kodak Black, honey, for yeah. Moving right along, Krishan Rock's boyfriend goes off, okay, and talks about why he broke up with her, okay? If you guys have been noticing why we have not seen Krishan Rock since that infamous TMZ post where they went into her hotel room with her son in there. Drugs were found in the room was ransacked. She and her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend now, was found to have little Krishan up in there with a whole lot of things going on, to where they wrecked a hotel room, and the hotel, of course, charged them for that as well. But her ex-boyfriend Bino says that he left Krishan Rock because she would not cover up her tattoos. All right. Well, you know, Blueface, she does have a huge Blueface tattoo, or Blueface's face tattooed on the side of her face. So maybe that bothered him. That would bother me if I was with a man and he had a woman's tattoo of her face on his face. I don't want to look at that shit every day. But he felt away and wanted her to remove her tattoos. And I guess she chose not to. So that's why they broke up. Let's get into it, because he talks a lot of shit about her after they were just in love like a week or so ago. Let me share. All right, let's share him so y'all can see this. I was like, oh my. His name is Bino. Shout out to Circus of Blues.
Me to be with a bitch that won't get a cover up. Dead homies, y'all want to blame me? She the problem. That bitch can't cover shit up, then I'm gone. Dead homies. I ain't staying. I don't want to look at a nigga. I don't want to look at another nigga, bro. Nah, it ain't get covered up. The bitch ain't want to cover it up, so I have to go. That's what y'all understand. Y'all keep saying I needed her, she needed me. Like 9 things. Everything has to get covered, or I'm not coming back home. Other than that, find somebody that'll do with it. You better go take your ass to the circus. How y'all expect me to be with a bitch that won't get a cover up? Matter of fact, we live. We do cover-ups. Yeah.
I don't think she'll ever cover up the tattoo of Blueface on her face, because I think she thinks deep down inside that she is so much still in love with Blueface. I think she thinks that whenever he gets out, that they're probably going to reconcile. I think she's still holding on to hope that she and Blueface will be back together because they have a son. I think she's just dating guys while he's locked up and she don't have any access to Blueface. You heard Clarissa say, his mother say yesterday, that he's getting ready to be out in a matter of days. I feel like Krishan is somewhere counting down the days that Blueface is out, even though he does have a girlfriend. I think she's going to try to insert herself and use the baby in terms of, as her reasoning for wanting to be back with him. And I think that she's still holding on to hope, which is why she's not taking the tattoo from her face, of his face. Okay. I know at one point she was saying, whenever they broke up the 100th time, that she was getting it removed or covered up and putting something else over it, but she's never done that. So I feel, because she's got his name tattooed here, Jonathan, which his name is Jonathan, and of course you see that's his face here. I feel like she's not covered it up because she's still holding out hope that once he gets out, that they're going to be a family again, which I think that's the most toxic shit ever, because he treated her like crap. Like, if he puts you and your baby out on the streets and not give a damn where you're going to live, that's the indication that he don't give a fuck about you. And he's moved on with someone else. He takes care of his other kids with Jada Alexis, which is his other baby mama. He takes care of them very well. He don't talk to Jada the same way he talked to Krishan, but there's something about the way he treats her. Like, he wasn't even there when the baby was born. It's like, I don't understand why something doesn't click in Krishan's mind and realize that you just don't need to be with this boy. He is not for you. If that's the father of your child, co-parent and move on. Like, I don't understand it with her. But and then she finds somebody else who's just super disrespectful, if not more disrespectful than Blueface was to her. This Bino dude, like, he's a whole clown.
After we get the Occupy, we about to go find a tattoo shop. Okay, that's you. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's eat.
He's trying to coerce her into going to a tattoo shop to have it removed. doesn't sound like she is so, you know, in much of agreement of doing it, because I feel like deep down she still loves Blueface. This guy here is just a space filler until Blueface gets out.
So yeah, guys, I'm getting laser removal for this, but this, I'm covering up this, I'm covering up this, I'm covering up this.
This.
Oh, right here. Everything. Yeah, get that shit out of here. All right.
He's telling her, if you don't get it covered up, I'm out of here. So she's agreeing on video that she's going to get it covered up. She's also has a, you know, tattoo here, Jonathan, which you know is Blueface Jonathan's pussy. I don't know why she would put that on her. Maybe she was bored that day. But he wants all of the tattoos that she has of Blueface removed, lasered off, whatever the case may be. She has agreed to do it. She did not do it, obviously, so he decided to leave her. How would you feel if you were in a relationship with someone and they had tattoos of their ex all over them, especially on the side of their face? Would you stay with said person, or would you go? Is that a reason for a person to break up with another person for having tattoos of said ex-partner on their body, especially their face? Would you end a relationship with the person if they told you they were going to remove it and they decided not to do so? Drop it down in the chat and let me know how you feel about that. Okay, moving right along. Gervonta Davis, you guys know who he is. He is a boxer. He has hands not for just the people in the ring, but also for his baby mothers. We talked about him before, where his baby mama and her mother called the police on him for punching and putting paws upon her. It seems that she dropped the charges. Why, I don't know, because she says that he slapped her in her face and also punched her in the back of the head. Now, he's a boxer, so that means you really don't kind of know your strength, sir. Okay. But she did drop the charges on him. But now he is being trolled and or told off by Clarissa Shields, who is also a female boxer. Gervonta Davis seemingly responds to Clarissa Shields, calling him scary for not getting in the ring with his ops. Okay, it says that stop mentioning me. He's telling Clarissa, stop mentioning me. It's feeding my ego. Okay, let's get into what Clarissa had to say. Okay.
I don't care what nobody say. Gervonta got skills out this world. He's a scary dude. He's scary. Ain't no way he said he supposed to come back and get Shakur, Devin, Ryan, Tiafimo, whoop all these niggas ass. He like, I'm about to retire after I fight Jake. No, I don't let nobody talk about me like that. The way that Shakur disrespect him, the way that Devin talked to him, the way that Ryan, he already knocked out Ryan. The way that these dudes be talking, he supposed to come back and get them. He the man, right? He who everybody say is the best. I ain't leaving no food on the table. When I'm done boxing, I'm whooping all these girls' ass. They all getting beat. Oh, you said you can beat me? Oh, okay. I'm gonna figure out a way to fucking get you. You just wait.
So who you think could beat Gervonta?
I think Shakur beat Gervonta Davis, and I used to think Devin. I think Devin can outbox Tank, but once Tank catch him, it's gonna be a long night.
Tank got a mean.
But only person I think that can beat him is Shakur. Trying to think is anybody else. Like, I don't care what nobody say.
Gervonta, he got a mean right. Okay, his reach is not that far, but baby, if he ever hit you with that uppercut, if he ever get in there and he tag that chin, you're gonna be knocked out. I've seen plenty of his fights. All right, he a little short, little something. He don't have that long reach, but if he ever get in there, he get up under there and grab that chin, it's a wrap. Your ass will be knocked out. So if he wants to retire, you know, a lot of them, they do retire early, but I feel like he should probably stay in the game a little bit longer, because you seem like you got hands. You be beating on your baby mama, you go in there and let that aggression out on somebody else and get a bag behind it. That's how I feel. If you got some people that's saying, hey, let's fight this, let's do this. Okay, I'm hearing Mike Tyson is getting ready to be fighting another fight. I think it's going to be Jake Paul that they're saying he's supposed to be fighting. I don't know. I feel like these are fixed fights as related to Mike Tyson. I think that the last fight that he fought, it was very cringe. Okay, his footing was not like it needed to be. He was very, too much of that shit. I was just like, yeah, y'all called the fight, stop the fight, let this man go somewhere and sit down. I don't know if his money is funny, what he's doing it for, but Gervonta Davis, I think you're a little too young in the game to be talking about retiring. Stay up in there, get your money for as long as you can, and then retire once you feel like you can't fight anymore. He's still young. He's still got a lot of fight in him. If you still have some offers of people who want to get in the ring with you, go in there and get that money. What you talking about retiring for? Are you scared? Is that what it is? He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. He talk a lot of shit, which that comes with the sport. But do I feel like he should go ahead and retire now? Hell no. Okay, you too young. Get on in there and get what you gotta get, and then get out of there. Get your money. Get as much money as you can. All right. I love boxing. Y'all know I box too. I kickbox. Can't maybe whipping the ass on here too. I sure will. All right. Let's get into our next topic. All right. Renter nearly loses $500 deposit to Whitehaven Apartments. Let's talk about this. I saw this topic and I definitely wanted to talk about it. Let's get into it. Shout out to Fox 13 News. Let's go.
The most watched news in the Mid-South.
A warning for anyone who is looking for a new apartment. A Whitehaven woman is worried that she lost hundreds of dollars to a complex without ever getting the keys to her new home.
And that's when Fox 13 Your Money investigator Kate Beery stepped in. She has a lesson for all of us tonight.
Della Lewis kept her receipt. She said someone at the leasing office cashed her check and then told her an apartment was not available.
I didn't beg them to take my money. Why I got to beg them to give it back?
Lewis wanted to move into the Winchester Grove apartments. She gave the leasing office a $500 cashier's check in July as a deposit for her new apartment.
She tells me they don't have any.
But Lewis told us the check was cashed anyway. As the weeks turned to months, she said she could not get her money back.
I said, I'm going to dress up, look nice, and be on Channel 13.
Should I write a big check without a lease in hand?
No, absolutely not. I would not.
Attorney Vanessa Bullock would not comment on this specific situation, but had this advice. Only pay a deposit if you have read the lease. Get a copy of that lease and also get a receipt for your deposit.
So it's really just important to understand what you're paying, what it's being used for, and get a copy of a record that outlines what that is.
When Fox 13 called, we learned the complex changed hands from Premier Housing Management to Yarko Property Management. A spokeswoman for Yarko told us Premier would be sending Lewis her refund check today. For Lewis, it can't come soon enough.
I started to say, do you want to meet me outside?
You felt some strong emotion.
Yes, I was very angry.
So remember, do not pay your deposit without a lease in hand. And if you have a money problem, just email your money at fox13memphis.com. In Whitehaven, Kate Beery, Fox 13 News.
All right, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? For those of you that are apartment hunting, or if you're looking to rent a house, make sure they say you have the lease in your hand before you give that money over. They almost try to get mama, okay? Mama put on her good little Easter wig with a little side part and a little feather bang and whatnot. She ready to go down and whip some ass about her 500. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Correction, he's not, Mike Tyson's not fighting Jake Paul. He's fighting, what's the boy name? Floyd Mayweather, okay? Thank you so much for correcting me on that. All right, y'all know I get to talking fast, and sometimes camera can be wrong too. All right, so yeah, Memphis woman, honey, she was trying to be in the Whitehaven Apartments, honey. She done put down that $500 deposit. Now it showed that they did cash the check, but they didn't want to give her a fucking apartment. I'd have been pissed about that. Okay, so Miss Lewis, honey, done told Fox 13 that she applied to the Winchester Grove Apartments during the summer. Said that she showed a receipt for the $500 cashier check that she gave them. The leasing office asked her deposit for the new apartment, and she tells them, then they're gonna tell her that they don't have no apartments available. So why you take her money? Why you take her money for the security department? What's she securing? The porch? What's she securing? The pool? Y'all want her to sleep out by the pool for $500? Like, give her money back, and then want to play this game of not wanting to give her money. Like, that's just how it works. If you don't have an apartment, give her the money. What you holding on to her damn money for? And who cashed the check is my question. Okay, mama telling them, come on outside and come out here and put on my damn good wig, and now I'm ready to up and fight. All right? So even though she did not get the keys to the new home, Lewis said that someone at the complex cashed her damn check. Now, as the weeks turned into months, said that she says that she did not get her money back. Of course, she had to reach out to the news people. That's what you do. If people be trying to play in your face about your damn money, go on down and call Fox, whatever news, shall call the news station and let them get involved, bitch. And by the time they keep running that shit across the TV, oh, you're gonna get your money back. Okay, nothing make a person do right besides exposure. Expose their ass, and then they're gonna stop. I said that she said that I'm going to go dress up, look nice, and I'm going down there to Channel 13 News, honey. That's what Mama said. She put on her good wig and her good Easter blouse and went down there and let them know what it was. All right. So when Fox 13 contacted the Winchester Grove Apartments, they said that our team learned that the complex changed hands from Premier Housing Management to Yarko Property Management in the past few months, and that they led to confusion with the situation. So long story short, Mama got her money back, okay? I think that day they said they were gonna go ahead and give her that $500 back because they done up and embarrassed their asses to let them know that the management company down there done up and stole the lady money. So shout out to Miss Lewis for getting her $500 back. And that go for anybody else. If you're searching for a home, whatever the case may be, if you're trying to rent from someone, make sure you secure that apartment. Make sure you have a lease in hand, okay, before you hand that money over. And that's how you got to do that thing, okay? Yes, Lord. Let's move along. All right, let's get into some Mama D news with her ratchet ass, okay? How much more topics I got? Jesus, I didn't know my show was going to be this long today. Lord, thank God I'm off today. Child, I ain't mean to be on this long. I might have to cut some topics, y'all. I'm getting tired. All right, so shout out Hollywood Unlocked. Mama D talks about walking in on her son, Lil Scrappy, while he was in the middle of going balls deep on somebody with a woman. She says, all I can say is that she actually rode him well. Child, anybody parents ever walked in on them while they were in the middle of getting busy with their significant other? Anyone? Anyone ever, their parents ever walked in on them while they were being intimate with someone? Anybody in the chat? Anybody ever, their parents ever walked in on them while they were being intimate with somebody? Okay. Let's get into this, child. Hollywood Unlocked, Mama D.
Your last whooping was at 15.
Nah, it had to be like 14.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 14.
Couldn't do nothing once he got next to the pool now, they had to free him, honey.
Nah, but she actually done walked in on me like several times.
I called the girl riding.
One in.
What was your reaction?
Look, one as a teenager, once as a grown man. I'm like,
you know, all I can say, she rode him well. That's all I want to say.
Do you stop when she walk in?
okay. Okay, so.
Is it like, Mom?
I would tell you get your ass up, but she doing a good job.
Look, one time.
I didn't mean it. You know,
it
was
dark.
dark.
I can't say no name. One time it was somebody famous, right?
Oh,
and then the first time when I was in high school, something like that. And so that was like my high school sweetheart or something like that.
Okay.
So it didn't happen the first time. It was just like, oh. And then it was like, she shut the door.
I just seen the silhouette.
Because she was like,
I didn't see the
she did like this. She was like, oh shit. Like, just shut the door. Like, and I was like this. I was like,
okay.
All right. You know what I'm saying? And look,
One time for the rodeo.
Look. The second time, look, Mom Duke was over there. She was helping me watch my daughter and stuff, right? And so I'm up in my living room, cuz so I'm like, you know, Mom Duke, she down there asleep. I'm like, man, come on, cuz, what's up? And I do that, bow, cuz you get to walking up still to my. Oh, my bad. I'm like,
not my bad.
I'm like, hey man, like, what's up?
I swear.
Shawty was like, man, I know. You say your mama was here.
She alright. She cool. She down for the culture. Yeah, she down for the culture.
Mess.
Your last.
I don't think I want my parents to walk in if I'm in the middle of doing something nasty, freaky with my husband. That would be awkward as hell. I would not want them to see me in that way, okay? Because I want my mom to see me as being this corporate saved individual, okay? Because Lord have mercy, if she ever walk in the room and I'm doing some of the stuff that she's never seen me do, it would not be the same. I probably could never look at my mama the same. You know what I mean? I could never look at my mom the same. Oh, my dad. Rest in peace of my dad. But my dad I don't think they would ever see me the same if I was, if they ever walked in and saw my legs to the moon or caramel on top or something like that. Oh my God. Because I told y'all my freak number is really a 10. Okay. I could be a 12 if I get my head right. But I don't want my mama walking in if my freak number is on 12, right? Oh my God. I would have to get saved again and everything. I really would. That would really blow my mind. Mama, get out. Ooh, then I can't see her for probably 6 months. So I can hope that she can forget what she saw. And then when I see her again, I know in the back of her mind, she's like, bitch, you nasty. Okay. Yeah, I saw you rolling your bike and all that. Yeah, I ain't forget. I would not want my parents to see me doing that. But let's move along. Okay. This person is no longer here. We're gonna hit and quit this topic here, child. I'm trying to get on through my show, child. I'm trying to get through my show. All right, so this person is no longer here. I love his music, still bump his music in my car. Okay, y'all gonna make me lose my okay. Yeah, where my dog's at? So DMX uncle claims that Swiss Beats initially refused to help with the rapper's funeral. Okay, they said that DMX was damn near broke when he passed away because he used a lot of drugs and he had a lot of kids. So he's paying child support for a lot of kids. I didn't know he had that many kids until he passed away. I was like, damn, all you was doing was humping around like Bobby Brown when your ass was alive. Damn. And most of the kids that he had when he was married, y'all. Okay, he had a bunch of kids when he was still married to what's the child name? Tashira. Okay, her name is Tashira. But yeah, because she did a whole interview talking about how he had a bunch of kids. Some kids did shit she didn't even know about. But yeah, so DMX former manager and uncle Ray Copeland. Okay, what y'all laughing at? Said that we couldn't look at her straight face. Yeah, that was DMX. Put some hearts in there for DMX. We love DMX. We miss him because his music still bump. All right, anything you put on DMX is gonna get the party started. Do you hear me? Still, and he is gone, honey. Now this says DMX former manager and uncle Ray Copeland is opening up about what really happened when it came time to lay the late rapper to rest. Okay, I was shocked when I heard he passed away, and that was shortly after he did that interview with Ayanla. Okay, the Fix My Life interview where he and his son, okay, was there, and he cussed out Ayanla. Y'all remember that? If you ain't seen it, y'all go on YouTube and look at that interview where he and Ayanla, where he cussed Ayanla Van Zant out. I was like, you talking to Ayanla like that? He told her, "Shut up, bitch." I was like, DMX, no, that's Auntie. Auntie Ayanla. You can't tell Auntie Ayanla to shut up. Like, I was like, oh my God. So in the interview with All Hip Hop, okay, Copeland, known in the music world as Uncle Ray, claimed that he had to raise $150,000 to cover DMX's funeral costs after major industry figures refused to contribute. Why? Oh my God, he had a lot of industry friends. So I wonder why they didn't want to, chip in and give some money towards the funeral. Now it says when it was time to bury X, which is DMX, says that I was on the phone with everybody, Rough Rider, Swiss Beats, Steve Rakan, Def Jam, according to this uncle, said that everybody said, I ain't got it. Now we know Swiss Beats got it. Okay, him and Alicia Keys, they got some money. Now it says, so I hung up the phone and says, forget it. Okay. He says, I'll put this together myself. So it sounds like he called around to a lot of people in the industry who were friends with DMX when he was here, smiling all in his face, like, yeah, that's my nigga and all that. As soon as he died, they didn't want to contribute to his funeral. Now, he should have had a life insurance policy and all of that because DMX made a lot of money throughout the years when he was here, but he also did not do good with the money that he had, in addition to having to pay out so much child support to all these baby mamas that his ass had. Now, Copeland says that Jermaine Miller and attorney Ron Sweeney helped him pull off adding that Def Jam gave only $35,000. That's it. Def Jam, that's all y'all could come up with. Now, they told the media that they paid for the funeral. They said that that's not true. According to this uncle, said that Kanye West took care of everything at the Barclays Center, because y'all know they had this huge thing. Now, which is so weird to me because Swiss Beats, he did get up there and speak at the funeral. I remember. Okay. But you didn't give a motherfucking dime. You and Alicia Keys got several properties. Y'all always on vacation with your ex-wife, Mashonda. Yes, you do. So you didn't give any money, but you got up there and did a long ass drawn out speech over DMX, and you didn't give anything. You up there hugging it out with everybody else, all the Rough Riders, okay? Eve, you ain't get no money either because your husband is very wealthy as well. Y'all staying over there in England in this huge estate. So you couldn't give a little money to your homeboy that you say you love that was like your brother. I didn't know this until I saw this post. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. I did not know that none of the Rough Riders and none of nobody else that was close to DMX that were industry friends with him did not put forth anything, and that Kanye West had to go into his bag. Y'all know Kanye is considered a billionaire, okay? He paid for the entire funeral at the Barclays Center. Y'all know how big Barclays Center is? wow. And it was very nice. They had the huge life-size photos. They had a huge screen behind them playing his stuff in the background. It was really nice. It was a really nice setup. All the flower arrangements, the funeral, the casket, everything that they had, it was really nice setup. So shout out to Kanye West. Okay, Kanye West is very controversial, but shout out to him for stepping up for DMX on this, because I did not know that they went through all of that in order to bury DMX. Did y'all know that? Yikes. Let's move along though. You wrong for that, Swiss. Okay, you wrong for that. Let's get into this topic here. Let me put up my trigger warning, Lord, because this right here is going to touch a lot of people watching this. All right. I got to put up my trigger warning banner because, Lord, it's very triggering. It's going to be triggering. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 363 watching. Y'all, please don't forget to tap on that like button for me. Okay. Let's get into this topic, Lord. Because, child, this is going to be a little sad, y'all. I hate to do this topic, but we got to talk about it. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk. Let me go ahead and clench my pearls, child. Jesus. Oof, let me clench my pearls. All right, so heartbreaking. A man is sentenced to 95 years in prison for stalking, then fatally powwowing and unaliving his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. This has got to be heartbreaking. You got to understand these children, and they are going to relive this for the rest of their life. They sat and watched in the car. They were in the back seat of their mother's SUV, and they watched their mother be unalived by their mother's boyfriend. All right, after she broke up with him, because some people cannot take rejection. And sometimes this is how they wind up reacting when rejection is on the table. All right. So after she broke up with him, they say, hey, I've got kids in the car. They were arguing. He pulls up beside her in his Mercedes. He blocks her in. You guys are going to see the video. And he gets out and they have this argument back and forth. And he winds up ending her life with her children in the car. Prayers to the children. I really hate to see stuff like this, because this is something that children never get over, especially when you see something happen to your mother in this type of way. So let's go ahead and get into it. And then we're going to read up on this topic. Okay. Prayers up and trigger warning to anyone that may be triggered by this post. Let's go.
Was just stripped from her this morning.
Rashonda Franklin's mother and sister are in mourning as they care for the 3 young sons she's left behind. 2 of her sons, ages 9 and 5, were sitting in the back of their mom's Jeep and witnessed her being shot and killed.
The best thing that I can ask anybody to do is lift this family up and her 3 boys up to God.
A neighbor's surveillance camera captured part of what happened. Around 8:45 a.m., Franklin was driving her boys to school when a silver Mercedes pulls up alongside her, and then in front of her, blocking her path. She's seen backing up her Jeep. Police say Franklin's estranged boyfriend, 43-year-old lawyer Deshaun McBride of San Pablo, gets out, walks up to her, argues with her for a few seconds, and shoots her. He can be seen walking back to his car and drives off in his Mercedes. Another neighbor, a woman, walks the victim's 2 sons away from the Jeep. Police credits neighbors with helping them identify McBride as the suspect.
It was broke my heart because it's the guy, whoever it did, they're doing in front of the children. This morning I was really hurt. I can't believe it.
We're having a hard time dealing with it.
Those children will never be the same.
It's because most of us are parents, just like myself, and we can't imagine. We just can't imagine having our children watch their mother be murdered.
The godmother of Franklin's 9-year-old son says she's spoken with the boy.
He said, I miss my mama. He killed my mama. And I miss my sunshine. That's what he calls his mom.
Franklin's family tells me she was in cosmetology school and her dream was to open up a nail and hair salon. Her sister says Franklin had been with the suspect for about a year, but moved from Oakland back to Richmond when that relationship ended.
He'd been stalking her for he pulled up on me the other day and asked him where she was at yesterday. I saw him yesterday around 6 o'clock p.m.
Any information leading to finding this person who did this vicious murder of my child, please turn him in. If there's a wife or family member out there, you know him. You know where he's at. Turn him in, because that could have been your child. The life was just stripped from her this morning.
Rashonda Franklin's mother and sister are in.
That's so sad. So the sister says that the boyfriend approached her the day prior to the incident asking where the woman was, Deshauna. Okay, her name is Deshauna McBride. Okay. This is so sad. This is so sad. For him to do this in front of the kids, you got to be a weak ass ignorant ass, evil ass bastard to take the life of this woman in front of her children who are 9 and 5 years old. 9 and 5, I think they said it's a third child. Her two sons, ages 9 and 5, were in the car. You got to be a stupid ass individual to do some shit like that for those kids to sit there. First of all, I don't even know what was said. It's bad enough y'all arguing. Whatever the argument was, I'm pretty sure that it was something that children should not have heard. Whatever he was saying to her and whatever she was saying back to him, I'm pretty sure that was a conversation that should not have been had in front of those children, ages 9 and 5. Okay, who is that angry that when a woman decides she don't want to be with that person anymore, you go around stalking and asking family members where this person is? This sounds a little premeditated, if you will. It does. Let's go ahead and read up so we can get a better understanding, because y'all know most of the time in the video it does not talk about what is said in the actual post. So let's get all of the information here. All right. Again, trigger warning and shout out to Neighborhood Talk. Justice is finally being served after a horrific 2017 unaliving. Now, 51-year-old lawyer Deshaun McBride, I don't think he's an attorney. I think that's just his name, lawyer, has been sentenced to 95 years to life for the cold-blooded unaliving of his ex-girlfriend, Rashonda, okay, Franklin, her name is Rashonda, said that he was 43 when he committed the crime. Prosecutors say that he had been stalking and harassing her for weeks after their 2-year relationship ended. Wow. Now, on April the 14th of 2017, he took a dark turn. Y'all saw the video, okay? Now, it said that McBride waited in a church parking lot. Rashonda dropped off her 2 young sons, ages 9 and 5. It said that when she saw him, she called 911 and drove off with her kids instead. It said that once she approached an intersection, McBride cut her off with his car. He got out and confronted her while she was on the phone with 911. That's a bold individual. She's on the phone with the police saying, hey, come help. I feel like he's getting ready to do something crazy. All right. While she's on the phone, yeah. So the call captured her saying, I've got my kids in the car. And McBride responded, says, I ain't playing with you, before the sounds of pow pow and screams. Wow. So 911 witnessed her last moments or last conversation. Says he was convicted of unaliving, firing into an occupied vehicle, stalking, and using a firearm to unalive. It says that the district attorney closed the case with a message of, while no verdict can bring back the mother taken from her children in such a senseless act of violence, says that this sentence provide the victim's family with a measure of justice and accountability. That's so sad. Said that this is really sad and even more unfortunate that it took 8 years for this man to be dealt with. Okay. So they only dated for 2 years. The relationship was only for 2 years. Obviously, it doesn't sound like he was the father of her children. So this has to be very, very heartbreaking, especially for the mother. You can see she's very grief-stricken here in this video as she's talking about her daughter and this bastard, okay, who wound up taking her life. Okay. He was 51. She was only 30. It says down here, he was 51. This is crazy to do this in front of her children, ages 9 and 5. Obviously, they're old enough to understand what was going on and to hear what was being said. Obviously, they heard their mother on the phone with 911, so they had to be scared to watch this person walking up to the car, probably hearing the fear in their mother's voice as well. So prayers up for this mother who lost her daughter in this very unfortunate situation. No amount of time that they could have given this man is ever going to make this easier. Okay, they could have given him 1,000 years. It's still not going to make the pain that this mother is feeling for losing her child, her daughter, probably her, well, not her only daughter, because that's her daughter as well. But still 95 years does not bring this woman back. Her children now have to grow up without their mother, being obviously raised by the rest of the family, obviously the grandmother, because this bastard could not have something that he wanted and could not take rejection. This woman decided to move on from the relationship. He did not want to move on, and instead he chose to take her life, and that was very senseless, and that was very selfish to do that also in front of the kids. Okay, so prayers up for this family. Golly, if anyone's ever experienced anything like this, if you're dating someone and you're in a very bad situation and you want to break up with them and they keep trying to make you stay, definitely get help. Do not feel like you got to stay with someone out of fear. Okay, Do not feel like you got to stay with someone out of fear. Obviously, this woman knew that this shit was going in a bad direction because she was there to drop her kids off, but she decided to keep the kids in the car and try to leave, and he blocked her in. So that was premeditated. I'm glad they caught him. I'm glad that he is serving his time. Okay. Wow. Let's take the trigger warning banner down. Jesus, that's a lot. Okay. I went back and forth with sharing that topic because I was like, do I want to talk about that? Is that going to be too much? But y'all know sometimes we got to have topics that are a little uncomfortable as well. But I definitely wanted to share it. Okay. And I hope I did not trigger anyone that may have dealt with anything like this or very close to this. Okay. Yeah. And if you're in a relationship with someone that's being abusive towards you, that's trying to keep you in a situation or can't take rejection, get to a family member, go to the police, file a police report, file a, something, a restraining order. Also, if you're in a state where it's to stand your ground, also get you a weapon. And I don't want to say that, but if something, get you something that you can defend yourself for. In situations like that, definitely go to the police though to alert them that you are in a situation where a person will not let you go. You don't want to be in a relationship anymore. Make sure you stay around family members. If you're a person who's very private, sometimes you got to give that up. And if you're in situations like that, let your family know, hey, I'm in a situation with a person who is acting crazy. Tell them your whereabouts so that people would know where you are. Okay. If you have brothers, alert them. Let your brothers know, hey, this fuck is crazy. Okay. So that your brothers can also intervene. Sad. Let's move along. Let's get into this Wendy and Eddie situation. Y'all know that they were found, not found guilty yet because they haven't been to court, but they were arrested for fraudulent activity for filing false claim for false charges for fraud. Okay. For some insurance fraud and for also giving false police reports as well. It's giving, according to the girls, are fighting. Y'all notice Eddie and Wendy. They said they're not so happy. Eddie Osefo. Y'all know he has fraud charges. They're saying that he could lose his license. That he's looking at losing his license and the Happy Eddie weed brand. Let's get into what they're saying here because it appears to be an update on that. Shout out to the girls are fighting. They said not so happy Eddie. Said could Eddie Osefo fraud charges sink his law license and Happy Eddie weed brand. Said that Eddie Osefo, husband of Real Housewives of Atlanta, of Potomac, not Atlanta, but Potomac's Wendy Osefo's husband is a licensed lawyer in DC. Said he is currently facing 16 fraud charges that could put his lawyer career at risk. We talked about that the other day. I said he might lose his license. Now they said a felony conviction, especially for fraud, often leads to suspension or loss of law license. That's unfortunate for him. It says that Eddie also owns the cannabis brand Happy Eddie, sold in Maryland dispensaries. It says that since Maryland regulate cannabis strictly, said that his legal troubles could impact the business if he holds a license or direct role. Now, but if he's just licensing the brand to others, it said that the business may continue with little interruption. They said that Wendy is a naturalized U.S. citizen, but Eddie's citizenship status isn't public. It says that convictions don't automatically affect citizenship unless there was fraud in naturalization. So Wendy, could she be sent back to where's she from? Jamaica or something? I'm not sure where she's from. I forget. Africa or something. I'm not sure. I don't want to say. I don't know where she's from, but she could be sent back. She could lose her citizenship if she's found guilty, according to this. That's sad, right? Because you're not supposed to be involved in that type of thing. So it's looking like he could lose his license being an attorney if he's found guilty of these 16 fraud charges. And I took the liberty of looking up what Maryland's laws say is in terms of that type of thing. Let me pull it up because I want you guys to see along with me. I don't like to read things without sharing with you guys. Okay. So let me pull that up, and my bad for not doing that before. Yeah. So let's look at that. Let me upload that. Let's take this down right quick so that we can look at what Maryland's law say in terms. Let me download that and then we'll pull that up here. Let's see what Maryland's laws say in terms of losing your license for that type of fraudulent behavior. Okay, here we go. So it says, yes, a person can lose their law license for fraud charges in Maryland, especially for crimes involving dishonesty like embezzlement or forgery. fraud convictions can lead to a disbarment or suspension, and the severity depends on factors such as the value of the property involved and the degree of harm. I'm finishing here. Now, fraud-related charges or offenses, rather, said the crime involving dishonesty like fraud, embezzlement can lead to disbarment. I just read that. Now, convictions is a basis, said a criminal conviction, particularly of or for a serious crime, can be grounds for losing a law license. Okay. Severity matters. It says that the potential consequences, such as license revocation, depend on the specifics of the case. So the factors like the value of property involved and the resulting harm can influence the outcome. Disbarment or suspension, it says that fraud and embezzlement can lead to disbarment or an extended suspension of a lawyer's license. And that's according to Maryland's law. Okay. So it's looking like Eddie could lose his law license behind this, these 16 fraudulent charges that he and Wendy are looking at facing, if and when they are found guilty in a court of law. Okay. So prayers up for them, because damn, you go to school for a long time to be a lawyer. So it's sad that you would lose that over something this simple and crazy. All right, let's get into some white people news that I hope y'all can use. If you are Real Housewives of OC fans, let's get into that. Y'all know who Vicky Gunvalson is. You also know who Heather Dubrow is. Okay, y'all know her husband is a plastic surgeon. They got a lot of money. Okay, but I feel like the girls are a little intimidated by Heather. Heather does kind of have that aura about her that she feels like she's better than the girls because of her status and her money. Okay. And I think the girls are a little jealous of her when they come to her house. They be like, oh, okay. She is a little bougie. Okay. She and her husband built their dream home on, I want to say a couple seasons back. And then they turned right around and sold said dream home for a huge amount of money. So they are like rolling in money, she and her husband. Okay. But Vicky Gunvalson says that Heather Dubrow does not belong on Real Housewives of OC because she's too liberal for Orange County's Republican culture. Do you guys agree with that? I like Heather. I like Vicky too. Vicky's not on the show right now, for whatever reason. But Heather Dubrow is on the show, and the girls they kind of turn their noses up at Heather because she is, she does have a lot of money. She has more money than all the girls on the show. She lives better. Everything about her is better because of her husband, who is this celebrity plastic surgeon. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into what Vicky Gunvalson had to say. It sounds like a little hateration, if you will, but let's get into it. She was on the Christian Grey show. Vicky Gunvalson said that Friend Soulmate podcast. They asked her about Heather Dubrow, and this is what she had to say.
Do you believe Dubrow should be on Beverly Hills? That's what we need to ask Vicky. Should Dubrow be on Beverly Hills?
She does not fit into Orange County. She's very liberal. Orange County is a Republican conservative county. How do I know? I speak to the women and men in Orange County. We know who are
actually. That's an interesting question. Do you think that? I mean, this is maybe a little too controversial for a lighthearted podcast, but when it comes to groupings of women, what in your housewife opinion, what happens when there's massive differences in political opinions?
You typically don't talk about it.
Yeah, you say out of it, obviously.
But it's very clear, and Kelly Dodd is very clear on speaking about it outwardly. I don't say, throw it away. But it's very clear where others in Terry are coming from.
Yeah.
From a production standpoint, I've said this too, it is very weird kind of to watch her film and then completely break the fourth wall. They don't even pretend she has anything.
Could Vicky be trying to get Heather off the show so that she can make a comeback? Is that what this is, Vicky? Are you trying to get Heather Dubrow kicked off the show because you feel a little intimidated by her presence on the show? Okay, because y'all know when Vicky was on the show, Vicky was seen as the head honcho on the show. Okay, everybody was bowing down to Vicky. Vicky had her own Kodo insurance company where she was, the high roller. She was living well. She was having all of her issues with her husband, but she lived well, and they saw her as the head honcho on the show. So y'all know how it is with these reality shows. There can only be one head honcho per show. I don't think Vicky could be on the show and navigate with Heather on there because Heather is kind of like the head honcho as far as having the most money, having the most wealth, and Vicky Gunvalson is not going to feel comfortable as such. So I think that Vicky is saying that Heather does not belong on this show because maybe she wants her to be kicked off the show or to step down from the show so maybe she can make a comeback. That's what it feels like to me.
Like she literally films in LA.
Do you believe Dubrow should be on Beverly Hills? That's what we need to ask Vicky. Should Dubrow be on
100%.
Beverly Hills?
She does not fit into Orange County. She's very liberal. Orange County is a Republican conservative county. How do I know? I speak to the women and men in Orange County. We know who are
actually. That's an interesting question. Do you think that
like the women have
so
gone
she
to
just
LA?
goes to Orange County to film with them?
Pretty much, like literally for
driver,
a little cast trip. Like some of the girls went to Temecula, the other ladies.
Oh,
went
I
to
saw
LA
bits and
and stayed
pieces of
with
that.
Heather.
Yeah.
So,
well, the other thing is that it's like I think a lot of people watch Housewives because of the extravagance of the lives.
Right.
So watching people resent someone who's much wealthier than that's not a fun storyline. I don't think.
Yeah.
And it's a weird undertone.
I don't resent anything that they have built and have inherited and all that kind of stuff. I don't resent it. She just doesn't fit in.
She doesn't fit in, yeah.
No.
And it's obvious because that first season or second season when she came back, they kind of, I mean, ostracized is a harsh word, but they certainly made her feel like you are not one of us. Which is so bizarre because we're watching the show because we want to see these extravagant ways of life.
That's Vicky, honey. You can just tell it's her tone. I feel like Vicky don't feel that she can coexist with Heather on the show if she decides to come back. Because as I said, on these reality shows, they don't want somebody else is doing better than them, driving better than them, living better than them, having more money than them, outshining them. Vicky, like I said, was the head honcho on Real Housewives of OC. I know because I watched it. I love that show. And I like Vicky too, but Vicky does kind of have some ways about her to get on my damn nerves. But I don't think that she wants Heather on the show because Heather does live well. Heather got that money. Heather is that girl on the show. And Heather does kind of a little bougie towards the other girls. Sometimes she do throw that little subtle shade and she let the girls know that I'm that girl on this show. But do I feel like that Vicky could come back to the OC and kind of be who Vicky Gumbelson, who we know her to be, how she used to be? Not with Heather on the show. She is always going to feel some intimidation with Heather, and they're going to bump heads because because Vicky wants to be the head honcho. And I don't think Heather is going to give up her crown and her seat in terms of that on the show because she is known to be that girl. So y'all can put in there what y'all think. Just a little white people news, all right? Because I do like them. I do like them. All right, let's get into some Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen found himself in a little bit of trouble, and this is our last topic. Praise the Lord, okay? Andy Cohen, y'all know his messy ass because he is known to be messy, honey. Andy is very messy, but he kind of got in on that whole joke of the new girl on the show. Okay, Stacey Rosh. They're saying that her breath is really, really bad. And a lot of people are kind of getting on to Andy Cohen for jumping in on this little inside joke about the new girl, Stacey. All right, so Andy Cohen is facing some backlash from fans after making fun of Stacey Rosh's breath on Watch What Happens Live. Now, they said the girls are saying that her breath is really bad. Now, she's too pretty to be having breath like that. Maybe it's a little halitosis, some gingivitis. Maybe you out here eating ass and we don't know about it. I don't know, girl. What's the child name? Ashley Darby is out here carpet munching. Maybe you out here eating ass. I don't know. But maybe gargle before you shoot your scenes with the girls while you all up in their face like this, laughing and talking and carrying on and whatnot. So you don't be arching eyebrows out here, girl. But the people are saying that your breath is out here real funky and whatnot. So let's get into what they're saying. They said that Andy Cohen might want to rethink some of the things that he plays on his little show, Watch What Happens Live. They said last night, Ashley Darby and Jeff Lewis were guests, and they played a game called Don't Hold Your Breath. They said to where a picture of Stacey Rosh literally shot out nasty green venom from her mouth. Child. It goes on to say that now they said that this game clearly references the last 2 episodes of Real Housewives of Potomac, where the women have been bullying Stacey and making jokes about her breath. Now, fans were already uncomfortable with that storyline, and Andy taking it to his show only made things worse. Child. Now, they said that viewers quickly called him out, saying that Andy only plays shady and mean-spirited games when it involves the Black housewives, but never does the same with the white ones. So now they're trying to say that Andy might have a little bit of racism going on when it comes to his jokes. Now, y'all know that Nene said the same thing about Andy, which is why she's no longer on the show, Real Housewives of Atlanta, saying that he had a little racism when it came to Kim Zolciak and how she was treated on the show in terms of giving Kim Zolciak her own spinoff show when Nene Leakes had been pitching her own spinoff show and never got it. So she was trying to say that Bravo and Andy Cohen had a little racism going on. But back to this, they said, Andy, you might think that it's funny, but this one missed the mark. Maybe it's time to retire the mean games and show the same respect across the board. I agree. Okay, but y'all know Andy is messy as hell. Andy is gonna always throw in some subtle shade. That's what Andy does. Let's get into what the people had to say. All right. They said, okay, this is mean at Andy. So they're adding him at Bravo TV. Okay. So they got y'all see Ashley Darby and y'all see the other guy here who was there. And they're showing Stacy with the funky ass breath right here with green shit coming out. Okay, gingivitis. All right. Another person said this is incredibly mean. They said, okay, this is mean. At Andy, they're adding him. Okay, they're not liking that Andy is talking about this woman's breath like this. Okay. Another person said, okay, this is mean. They said that he'd never do this to those white women. Ooh, child. So they're calling Andy out. Another person said, okay, Andy, this is mean. They said if Stacy were smart, that she would monetize this with her line of breath mints, LOL. So they said she should go out here and get her some breath mints, child, and monetize from this since they saying that her breath is out here smelling like booty holes. All right, moving along. They said that this is ridiculous. Like, let's call out Stacy for her lies, not her breath. Please be for real. Okay, this is what they're saying. Child, so you lying and your breath stink? Child. Okay, so they said, okay, now Andy, this is mean. They're still adding him. They said the child, he wouldn't do that to Ashley or anyone lighter. They says that he is part of the damn problem. So they are calling Andy out about this funky ass breath. They said that this is disgusting. They never have done this to Ramona, who are actually be shitting on the floor. When did it happen? Ramona shitting on the floor, y'all. Oh my God. Child, let me find out. Child, let me find out somebody shitting on the floor on this damn TV screen. Next, they said that this is very mean and very weird and ugly. Now, there's a stark difference between the way he behaves with majority blacks and white cast of the franchises. Okay, so have y'all seen Andy acting differently between the white castmates on Bravo versus the black ones? Have y'all seen that? Have anybody witnessed that from any of Andy's Watch What Happened live series or just any interviews that he may be talking or maybe, you know, directing more of the insults towards maybe the black cast versus the white? Have any of you guys seen that or witnessed that? This person here goes on to say that this whole bad breath angle storyline on the show is uncalled for. So people are not feeling it. They're saying, hey, maybe dial back on too many of the bad breath jokes because it's not becoming. It's kind of feeling a little bullyish on the show, Andy. Like, they're saying reroute these damn jokes because we're not feeling it no more. Like, it was funny for the first episode, but y'all continuing this shit and y'all allowing Ashley Darby and everybody else on the show to continue to bully this woman about her damn breath. Like, no, give her some Tic Tacs and let her do her damn job. All right, let's continue. So they're saying it's interesting how Andy treats the Potomac and the Atlanta girls. Typical white GAY, can't stand his ass. Ooh, that was cutthroat. Damn. Okay. This next person said, this is actually some of the worst bullying that I've seen on Bravo lately, okay? The crying emoji, hashtag Real Housewives of Potomac. So they're not feeling this shit, child. The next person said, this has to count as workplace bullying now. Says, Nene was right about him at Andy. We know what you are. Ooh, not calling Andy out, honey. Not bringing Nene into this. Nene was like, how I get in this? This next person said, laughing my ass off. Now, y'all will never make me hate Andy. Said the way I've seen him shade every person in Bravo Nation. Bye, girl. Okay. Yes, they still like Andy, even though his ass is messy. Andy is messy, honey. He's a messy queen. Andy is a messy queen, and y'all know he would ask questions indirectly just to get some shit stirred up because he want to see this person go in on this person over here. He do it all the time at the reunions. Y'all know he do. He throwing that subtle shade to kind of get the girls to fight it, and he kind of sit back and be like this right here, looking back and forth like a tennis match after he orchestrated the bullshit. Andy loves that, okay? But shout out to, hold on, what? D'Angelo passed away. I know you mother freaking lying. Hold on, let me get on over to TMZ. Lord, y'all know Angie Stone just passed away, so it might be grief, baby. Let's get over here to TMZ. I know you lying. Where y'all see that at? Single D'Angelo? Hold up. Where's it at, Lord? Let me get to my sources, Jesus. Hold on. Where y'all see this at? They saying it's a hoax. Don't play with me now. Don't play. Let me get the Hollywood neighborhood lock. Let me see. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing yet. Hold on. Oh, we're going to find this out, baby. D'Angelo? I don't see nothing. Let me go CNN, bitch. Because if it's on CNN, it's legit. CNN is legit. Hold on. CNN. If I don't see nobody no damn single D'Angelo. Hold up. I don't see it. I don't see nothing on there yet. Hold up, Lord. Baby, I'm about to Google this shit. Singer D'Angelo, honey. Hold on. Yeah, they don't say that he passed. Singer D'Angelo. All right, I'm gonna share it so y'all can see with me. I don't see anything. This has to be a hoax. It has to be a hoax. Hold on. Share screen. Am I frozen? What the? Hold on. Let me refresh my shit. Why am I frozen, Lord? Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me? Is it true? Can everybody hear me? Put a 1 if y'all can hear me. Put a 1 if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me? Okay, we're back. Is it true, y'all? I'm Googling. I don't see it. I ain't gonna stop till I see it. I know you lying. Lord. Lord. Now, Andrew just left this year. Lord. I know you lying. Lord, I'm about to take my shirt off and saying, how does it feel, Jesus? YouTube, y'all gonna strike me if I do it. Lord, y'all ready? Y'all know he and Angie Stone have a son together. Now, I know his son got to be devastated because he just lost his mother. What? When did Angie pass? In March? March, April, we lost Angie Stone this year. And here we are in October. This young man have lost both of his parents in the same fucking year. I got to say it that way. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm sad about this. It is true. It is true. Shout out to hip hop and more. We're going to read into this. My God. Singer D'Angelo. When I tell y'all hits on top of hits on top of hits on top of hits. Legendary musician D'Angelo passes away. My God. This was not supposed to be on my show today. I can't believe I'm reading this. Okay. Lord God, let's read it. Iconic singer and songwriter D'Angelo has passed away. After reports began to circulate on social media earlier this morning, U.S. time, a couple of significant voices, including DJ Premier, confirmed the news on their social media. DJ Premier says it's such a sad loss to the passing of D'Angelo. We have so many great times. Gonna miss you so much. Sleep peacefully, D. Love you, King. Praying emojis, doves, hearts. Back in May, the reclusive artist has dropped out of the Roots Festival in Philly due to a longer than expected surgery recovery. Says he was later replaced by Maxwell due to an unforeseen medical delay regarding surgery. He says, I had earlier this year. He says, I've been advised by my team of specialists that the performances this weekend could further complicate matters, according to D'Angelo, in terms of what he wrote on Instagram. Sounds like he was dealing with some medical stuff. It said it is nearly impossible to express how disappointed I am not to be able to play with my brothers, the Roots. Says, and even more disappointed not to see all of you. That's what he wrote on his Instagram, his last message. Says that we will update this article with more information when it becomes available. That's all they have right now, you guys. So this is just dropping, obviously. 8:57 p.m. According to that, this was at today? This is 10:14 at 8:57. That can't be right because this is AM. What the fuck? Y'all. But he has passed away. October 14th of 2025, that's today. Legendary musician D'Angelo passes away. We're gonna dive more into this because it seems like more and more posts are starting to pour in. I don't see anything as of yet. Let me go back here because that's all I see so far. Okay, Grape Juice got it 8 minutes ago. Let's see if there's more. I cannot believe this, y'all. Allow. Shout out to that Grape Juice. Grammy Award-winning neo-soul singer D'Angelo unalived at 51 after private cancer battle. So it's cancer. Oh my God. This is devastating. In breaking news, it's been reported Michael Eugene Archer, better known as the Grammy Award winner neo-soul singer D'Angelo, has passed away at age 51. Let's scroll on down. Y'all know Brown Sugar, honey. Brown Sugar, babe. All right, so family, friends, and fans have already begun flooding social media with tributes of the fallen star after reports surfaced of that he succumbed to a private battle with pancreatic cancer. I can't talk today. Best known for his hits like Brown Sugar, Lady, Cruising, and How Does It Feel? D'Angelo, alongside big names like Erykah Badu, Maxwell, Lauryn Hill, and Jill Scott, is credited with the rebirth of soul music, a subgenre of R&B in the late 90s and early 2000s. My God. Archer is survived by 3 children, a daughter, and 2 sons, one by whom he shared with fellow music icon Angie Stone, who passed away in March, like we just said. Okay, the story is still developing. So that's all they have so far. So pancreatic cancer is what they're saying he passed away from. A private battle. Now, I do know whenever Angie Stone passed away, a lot of people were saying, where's D'Angelo? Where's D'Angelo? We didn't see much of him. I didn't see him at the funeral. Now, not to say that he wasn't there. Not to say that he wasn't at the funeral. I know they had 2 funerals. I did cover both of them. I did not see him there. Maybe he was not feeling well, or maybe he was dealing with some very serious medical situations as related to his pancreatic cancer. We don't know what that situation was about, but he has passed away, guys. This is real. This is really happening. Tuesday today, 14th October 2025. Grammy award-winning neo-soul singer D'Angelo is unalive at age 51. He's so young. Michael Eugene Archer is his government-given name, and we know him as D'Angelo. Now I gotta go play some damn D'Angelo today. This gonna make me sad. Oh my God! Is it not every year that we lose a celebrity that it just kind of make you just kind of stand still, be like, y'all put in the chat which celebrity passed away that really made you stop in your tracks and just made you just so sad. It felt like you knew this person. It felt like it was a near and dear family member when they passed away. Put in the chat who that particular celebrity person was that passed away, because every year it's one. Every year a celebrity passed away. You'd be like, what? This right here is shocking. This is a shocking one. It was shocking with Angie Stone as well back in March. But D'Angelo, I'm like, it just seemed like he's so full of life. If you're going to look at YouTube videos, you can see him sitting on the piano, performing. He not too long ago put out a new album as well. You guys go check that out, okay? Jesus. I see y'all putting a child. Whitney Houston, Prince. Yes, Michael Jackson. This is making me so sad. Damn. I really hate to end my show this way. Jeez. I want to play some of his music on here, but I don't want to have to edit it out. Jesus. But let's go ahead and end the show. I'm sad about that, y'all. Jesus. Let's stop this. Rest in peace, D'Angelo, man. Rest in peace, D'Angelo. This is so sad. Y'all put it in there, honey. Who y'all Aaliyah. Yeah, Aaliyah. I actually have Aaliyah's funeral thing on VHS, y'all. I still have it. No lie. Gerald Levert, yes. Tupac, yes. Yes. Oh my God. Gerald Levert, yes. Yes. Luther Vandross, yes. Whitney Houston. I already told y'all how I feel about Whitney Houston. I sat through the entire funeral with Whitney Houston, baby. And I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no crier, but my eyes did water. That shit watered my eyes. Because I'm a huge fan of Whitney Houston. So when she passed, Aaliyah hit me because it was like a shock. I was just like, oh my God. And I actually recorded that shit on VHS and I have it. Don't have a VCR to watch the shit on, but I have the VHS. Okay. I have it. I sure do. In a box in my garage. Oh my God. That made me so sad. Yeah, y'all put in Left Eye. That was a shocker as well. Aretha Franklin, I think, goes down in history as the longest funeral. Okay, Frankie Beverly, yes. Oh my God, y'all, I hate to end my show. Malcolm Jamal Warner, yes, that was a shocker. Malcolm Jamal Warner was definitely a shocker. Okay, y'all said you cried watching Whitney Houston's funeral. I'm not gonna lie, I had tears in my eyes with Whitney Houston's funeral, and I'm not a crier, but that shit hit me. That shit hit me with Whitney Houston. It did. Sitting there watching that with all the songs when they bring her casket down and they were playing I Will Always Love You. That shit just like, I felt like a heart tug and my eyes started watering. I was just like, oh my God, let's get out of here, y'all. I'm sad. Yeah, that shit hit me there. That made me sad. Rest in peace, D'Angelo. Rest in peace, D'Angelo. Now I gotta go play some damn D'Angelo. Okay. Don't be shocked if I come back on for my midday pop-in, honey, in my damn bra, and I'm on the How Does It Feel? Y'all remember on the video, because he was fine as hell in the video with no shirt on, honey. That How Does It Feel video, hands down, okay? I'm sad. All right, thank you so much to all my top flight mods, True TV Podcast, Tyra, KBR, Sweet Essence, Scorpion Miss, Rose Armstead. Thank you guys so much for doing your good modding, okay? To all of the content creators that may have joined this, somebody said, I'm not okay. Me either, Miss Dee. I'm not okay either. All the content creators that join me, Purple Unicorn, Schoolboy, if you're here, thanks for being here. Simple Mom Family TV, Miss Dee, JCD Creations, Queen Speaks TV, thanks for being here. Sherry Nephew in the Bushes, thanks for being here. Snatch by Diego, if you were here, thank you. Chef Don, if you stopped by, thank you. Those are my usuals. Please let me know. Janetta Speaks, if you're here. I did see her. Janetta Speaks, thanks for being here. Any other content creator, mods, please let me know if they're here, or my content creator, please drop it in the chat if you're here. Yeah, that's heartbreaking. I'm sad. That shit kind of took me out my mood. I was feeling good until y'all put that in the chat about D'Angelo. I was like, please let that be a lie. Because y'all know sometimes people will put it out there that a celebrity passed away when they really didn't. And that shit is just not funny. Like, don't be doing that. Okay, saying that somebody passed away when they did not. I hate that I even had to pull the shit up and that it's true. I really hate that. Because my heart go out to his son, especially because the one that he shares with Angie Stone, because y'all know she just passed, like I said, and then they got to go back and have another funeral with the father. That's a lot to lose a mother and a father in the same year. I know when I lost my father, that shit was hard. So I could not imagine if I turned around and lost my mom in the same fucking year. I would be batshit crazy. It's somewhere with that white jacket on, with the buckles in the back, child. You know, I would be batshit crazy. So yes, that's a lot. It's too close together. Prayers up. Y'all say a prayer, even if you don't know them personally. Say a prayer for Angie Stone and D'Angelo's son, because he was very much so heartbroken up there at their funeral with his mom. So I know they got to go back through that shit again with D'Angelo. I mean, even though he was sick, it was probably expected, but it's never easy when you lose someone that close together, especially a parent. It's a different type of hit when you lose a parent. Okay. It's different. So prayers up for their children, their family, and everybody affected by it. I know a lot of people who are huge fans of D'Angelo. Me, I love his music. I'm about to go blast some D'Angelo right now, okay? But you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. I'm off today, so I'm about to get in the streets with my son because he's ready to go. He done opened my door like 3 times, like, Mom, wrap this shit up now. All right. So thank y'all. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Happy Tuesday to everyone. I will be back for a pop-in at some point in time today. Okay. Blessings to everyone. You guys be safe. Take care of yourself. Okay. Until the next one, I'm going to play some slow music. We're going to have to play something slow for D'Angelo. Let me find something slow. Let's see what I got. No, not that. We'll play some slow out for D'Angelo. Okay. See you guys later. Love you guys now. Okay. Bye.
just tweet your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind. Oh. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite.